On Ghosthouse. Love that song. I love you guys. I missed you guys. What's going on, guys? It is the weekly comic wrap up, episode 123, the show where we go through the FOC picks of the week. Then we bring you some market report and take it home with some hot topics. That's right, covering some of the things that happened within the week. But yes, it's been a minute, man. I feel like we haven't hung out on this side of town for a little bit. You could kind of blame Pacino for that. 2 weeks ago, yeah, the kids had the spring break stuff going on, and obviously it was chaos. It was good times. Got to hang with the kids, so I was happy about that. And then last week, as we're getting ready, preparing the show, Sunday, Pacino hits me up, and he's like, dude, found two cheap tickets to Bad Omens, so I couldn't say no to that. You had Beartooth open up. Such a great show, man. You guys know I love my music. And I feel like this year is going to be a year of just concerts, one after the other. Montreal's getting Vans Warped Tour for the first time in quite some time. And the lineup is stacked, man. Dude, we got a Day to Remember who's coming by. You got Yellow Card. You got so many bands. So I'm telling you guys now, in August, that weekend that they're here, I'm gonzo. Like, forget me. I'm off grid completely. But no, it feels good to be back. Like I said, of course, it's been a minute. We had the giveaway show, and I believe everything has been shipped out. Everybody contributed, guys. And I just wanted to put it out there. If you guys were wondering what's going on with stuff, hit me up directly, guys. You can find me on Instagram. It's Black Crown Comics. Just look for me, message me if there's anything missing. I'll reach out to the crew. You don't need to worry. But obviously, all these books are free, guys. So like, let's just be patient, enjoy, and they'll all get to you. Don't worry about it. But before we kick off the show, I just want to remind everybody that tomorrow night, I didn't even put up the thumbnail, but sorry, we're going to use a different one afterwards. But before we get to the Comic Legion stuff, I want to shout out HANNA Auctions, guys. Supporter of the channel, show them some love. Go check them out. They have auctions running every single week that covers sports and trading cards, toys, collectibles, tons of great things. And dude, there was one ending just right before going live. I was keeping an eye out on some of those auctions. I was hoping to score some, man, but obviously went way out of my price range. But great books, great collectibles every single week. You guys definitely want to keep an eye out for that. And go check them out. It's Auctions.ca. And again, like I said, tons of great stuff every single week. And it goes beyond just sports and trading cards, the toys, collectibles, and all that stuff. There's other things as well that just might pique your interest, so keep an eye out for that. I wasn't the only guy who was missing. No, Steve. Yeah, Steve was missing for 2 weeks as well, man. But he wasn't in Canada. No, he was in Florida. And the man has come back with a crazy tan and maybe some crazy books. Let's see. I can't wait to see what he's come back home with. He hit up some shops apparently. So Florida, let's see how you did for this new collector. So that'll be fun. And guys, please forgive me. Comic Legion is gonna hate me. But this is an old thumbnail from February 23rd, but doesn't mean that they're not going live tomorrow, not at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Check them out. Lefteros and Chia go live 7 p.m. Eastern time. The whole crew over at Comic Legion puts in so much work, and they're going to be dropping this week's books. It's another big week for New Comic Book Day, man. So make sure you go show some love. YouTube, again, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Very informative, such a good time. It's just a hangout, and everybody gets the opportunity to pick up books at such great prices. Oftentimes, man, even when books are already popping on the aftermarket, if they've yet to launch, man, the guys take care of everybody. Make sure that the Legionnaires get an opportunity to get those books before everybody else, but then have to come Thursday, baby. Well, that's fair game. It is what it is. But check them out, of course, on YouTube and on Whatnot, guys. Premium seller status. That's right, man. The big dogs, rather quick too. So shout out to Comic Legion. Nothing but love for them. Now, the hot topics, guys. We're going to have fun with the hot topics. It's been a minute. Like I said, we haven't had the opportunity to really talk about some of the things that have been going on in the comic world. But one of the main topics that I really want to talk about this week, especially with Travis, it's going to be fun talking with Travis about this one. But brick and mortars versus online comic shops, man. I think this is going to be a fun conversation to have. So we're going to dive into that. So make sure you stick around for the hot topics, and yeah, good times ahead. And speaking good times, well, let's not keep the man waiting any longer. That's right. My co-host on the top 10, my brother down south of the border, eating Bojangles every single week. My brother, Travis, what's up?
What up? What's up, man? Thanks for having me back. I'm excited. It's been a minute. What? It's been since the giveaway show, probably, I guess,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Well, all
literally.
right. Well, I guess it hasn't been that long then. That would
No,
be two in a row, right?
yeah, I get to see you every week, so it feels good. But on this side of town, guys, if you're new to the channel and you're checking it out, well, we tend to go a little, I don't want to say unfiltered, but I mean, we're always unfiltered regardless. We cuss more, we drink more, maybe on the
Yeah.
show. That's probably what happens more.
It tends to happen a little bit on this channel.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. But yeah, man, dude, like I was saying, it was a crazy couple of weeks, man. So much has happened. Of course, we keep in touch every day, obviously, but with the top 10 show, there's a lot that we cover. But yeah, man, I feel like this conversation with the brick and mortar versus the online shops needs to happen because one thing we've been putting a lot of emphasis on was, pre-ordering your books. And I think that'll be a fun conversation, man.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. There's no doubt about it. You and I have probably had this conversation several times.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So why not do it here? But yeah, man, dude, I saw your okay. I don't know if you guys are following Travis on his personal account. I don't know if he even wants you to be honest. But either way, I see him there, and dude, you've been throwing some discs, man. What's going on with that?
Yeah. I took a day off this week, and I probably haven't played a round of disc golf in about a year, maybe. I took some time off, but I took a day off this week, went and played around, and my wife plays too, and she's actually super good, and
I
so
saw.
she's good, and so she was like, I kind of want to get out there and play too, and I was like, all right, let's do it. So we got 2 rounds in this week, so it was fun.
Dude, I saw your wife throwing the disc, and I swear to God, this was me. I'm not even kidding. I'm looking at my phone. I see the disc throw. I'm like, yep, not playing against her ever.
Dude,
Swipe. We just keep going.
she's stupid good. It's ridiculous. It can eat at you a little bit some days.
Ah, dude, crazy. Like I watched the shots. Even you though, I'm gonna give you credit. Like I watched the shots that you guys were doing, and I was like, man, they're getting like right at the ring, right? Like where you're supposed to get that
Yep.
in. I was already envisioning myself throwing that like that, dude. The ring could be right here, man. It's gonna go like at least an acre the other way.
For sure. It takes some getting used to, but we're in kind of the East Coast hotbed of disc golf. There's probably well over 100 courses just within the within a 50-mile radius of Charlotte, 50 to 100-mile radius. So there's a ton. But yeah, it's great. It's a lot of fun, and it's free. All you got to do is pay for your discs. You don't have to pay for a round.
Really?
Yeah.
At first, when you showed me the discs, I thought you had a shotgun nearby. I thought that's what you were doing, and I was like,
They do kind of look like clay pigeons for sure.
right? That's what I thought you were going to be doing, but no, that wasn't the case. And thank God because now everyone's safe.
Yeah,
Um,
everyone's safe. No one was injured
yep.
except my
But
pride.
did you end up winning, or your wife won?
We tied, which is
Ah,
worse.
you cannot tie with your spouse. It doesn't work that way, dude.
Yeah, yeah. It was quite. I probably just should have started a lumberjack business with as many trees as I hit in that round. It was brutal. It was a brutal day. A tough day on the course.
Amazing, dude. That's hilarious, man. But all right, guys, let's kick off the show. You're gonna notice a few changes here and there, especially when it comes to the FOC. So let's not keep the people waiting and let's get into it. Travis, you ready?
Oh yeah.
He's ready. Let's go. All right, guys, it's the FOC selections of the week for March 16. And now, before we dive into these books, I just want to put it out there that you guys have the opportunity to order these books. If you live in the United States, go check out comicnation.us. They give you 15% off of cover price every single week, but get an additional 5% off by using discount code Black Crown. If you're in Canada, well, we spoke about them. It's Comic Legion. They give you 20% off every single week. You don't even got to enter a code, but if it's your first order ever, well, use discount code and list. They're going to give you an additional 5% off of your order. And both websites got, you can do a hold box. You can keep your box there. And when you're ready to ship, You just let them know that you want your book shipped, and they'll take care of you. Obviously, let's not let it pile up for 3 years. You know what I mean? There are people that need some reminders to ship their stuff out, but yeah, just make sure to show them both some love. You also get some reward points in return when you make purchases, and you can redeem those points to get even $5 off, $10 off, $20 off. Nothing.
That is the sing. I don't mean to interrupt your promo here, but that is the single coolest thing about getting stuff from Comic Legion. I'm just gonna say that it absolutely rocks. The rewards points are
Yeah.
so good.
You know what, dude? I'm signed up for so many reward points, and like, I'll go to the gas pump, and I feel like I never get enough. Comic Legion and Comic Nation spoil us, so on that
They
front,
do. They
I
do
am happy,
absolutely.
and I will take it. So thank you guys both, but make sure to check them out, guys. All right, first book up for grabs. This is all by Lefteros again, just so make sure you show some love to Lefteros. If you guys have seen his Instagram posts, well, they seem to be a little smaller, but hang tight. We're gonna look at all of the books that he's talking about. First book is Hab number one. That's right, and it's not. I know there's a lot of Montrealers in here. It's not the Habs, guys. This is Hab number one, cover A. And what it is we're getting a story about a billionaire retreats to a doomsday sanctuary, unaware, a dormant terror lurking inside of it. So that sounds pretty fun. Now, we know, obviously, when it comes to the indies, these first issues and stuff like that, the current trend right now, there's a lot of love when it comes to those, right, Travis?
Absolutely. I mean, that's been the market for what, the last 3-4 months. But I think this one for me, like, this is one I'm excited about just for the idea of it, right? I mean, like, I know there's going to be some speculation. Probably, it feels like people are specking on every indie book right now, and that's fine. But this one is a grab for the read for me. Just the idea of this book seems super interesting, and I'm really excited about it. This was when we were going through the FOC at Cover Price. This one was almost the pick for me this week, and I ended up going somewhere else. But I'm sure we'll get to that somewhere else here shortly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now there's a lot of nice covers for this one as well. It's only going to be 5 issues, so you're in this for 5 issues if you're buying in. And this one's by Bad Idea. What I like seeing here, I don't know if you guys see it at the bottom, but you got Sienkiewicz on this, man, which is dude, that's always a treat. So for me, totally gonna pick this up. I'm gonna give it a try. Issue number one, can't go wrong.
Yep, and the interesting Charlie Adler cover here, so of Walking Dead fame. So really cool to see that as well. That jumped out to me. Anytime I see Charlie's name pop up on anything, it always kind of raises my eye, raises the eyebrows. Like, oh, let me check this out. Even if it is just a cover, I love Charlie's stuff.
Yep, very cool. But Hab number one on FOC this week. Moving on, we have a very cool cover selection here by Lefteros, and it's Dork issue number 3. That's right. Now, Dork issue 3 has a lot of nice covers as well. Obviously, this is as hot as it gets, I guess, when it comes to a new series that drops in 2026. Everybody was flocking to this. We don't need to dive into that conversation. But here we've got issue number 3, cover D right here, and it's the I Hate Fairyland team up. Not Safe for Work variant by Brett Bean. And as you can see, like I said, this being the 3rd issue, Brett Bean all over this. Now, he worked on I Hate Fairyland. Obviously, this one says fuck team ups. I dig this. It's a cool crossover here. And we're actually going to talk a little more about these type of covers once we get to the hot topics. But yeah, what do you think of this?
I like it. Kind of don't they still release a copy of I Hate Fairyland still entitled Fuck Fairyland every yeah. So you can get either one. Yeah. I dig this. I think this is cool. It's cool to kind of see Brett do a crossover cover on a series that he used to work on with the series that he's responsible for now, which is just that kind of hits you in the feel good. You know what I mean? Like it's nice. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And look, the cover A is great. This is a good cover. And another one that I really like is the Mirka Andolfo one. Dude,
yeah,
so good.
Andolfo, so underrated. I love Mirka Andolfo's work every single time I see it.
Yep. Likewise, man. But yes, great cover to talk about for this week. Moving on, though, we've got Estuary, a ghost story, number 1. And what is it? It's exactly that. It's a ghost story, guys. This one coming from Oni Press. A chilling tale of deep secrets buried deep beneath the surf of the idyllic? Oh, Jesus.
Idyllic.
There you go. Idyllic California coast. Um, wow, man, that just shows you how tired I am. But yeah, man. So this one is one that Lefteros put on the list. Now, you guys heard me talking about like how obviously these indie books, especially these number ones, tend to get the love that they're getting. This one is another series that's going to be a short one. 4 issues is what we're looking at for this one. So yeah,
I like stuff like this. I like these little mini series that we're getting. Like you said, with the Hab being five. I said five. I said FIBE.
it's okay. We're
Whatever.
both on it.
With the Hab being five and Estuary being four. This one's cool. I missed this initially. Caught it on the FOC list on the second run through,
Yeah.
and the cover jumps out to me. I don't know if the interior art is going to look like this, but the cover is phenomenal. So I'm excited to read it. Just seems like a really cool, interesting thing to jump into. And again, only 4 issues. So if you're in it for the story, you're not looking at like a heavy financial investment here to kind of jump in here and get into the story and check it out and see what it's all about.
No, exactly. I'm actually checking out because shout out to Rattlesnake Comics in the chat, guys. If you're not following him, man, I really encourage you guys to do so. But he's talking about the preview when it comes to this one, and I'm actually checking it out right now. And yeah, dude, the artwork inside is stunning. I'm looking at some of the covers, man. There's a nice 1 in 20 that is just like super wicked. Yeah, this is wild, man. I'm gonna try to show you guys this in just a second. Hold on, but I really like the 1 in 20. Here we go. Oh no, that's the wrong thing I'm showing you guys. Hold on, hold on. The 1 in 20 is this one. You see it?
I do not. I
There
see
it is.
you.
There you go. But yeah, this is
Oh,
wicked.
wow. I dig
Yeah.
that a lot. I know some people aren't crazy about black and white covers, but sometimes they just absolutely rock. This might be the one.
Dude, I'm one of them. Normally, the black and whites are not for me. This is wicked too, man. Tim Daniel on this one. Look,
Wow.
yeah, pretty
I
cool.
dig that a lot too. That's freaking sweet.
Yeah, lots of nice covers available for this one. But yeah, definitely gonna check this one out. But moving on from this, Pretty Hate Machine #1. And no, we're not talking about the Nine Inch Nails album. Shout out to Corey, who hit me up and was actually one of the only people to catch that. Because I remember, dude, when I read the title, I was like, wait, isn't this a Nine Inch Nails album? And he asked the question, he's like, yo, so like, you think they're gonna go for copyright stuff or whatever? And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, can
It's an
they? Can they do
it's
that?
yeah, I mean, it's a it's an odd I mean, it is an odd combination of words, maybe odd enough to be copyrighted, but I don't know. I mean, that would be hard, I guess. But either way, we get another Tim Seeley story, which is Tim Seeley, another one of those really talented writers um that I mean, Revival was super good. I personally, and I know some people do not like that they did this to the character, but I loved the Grayson solo series where he wasn't Nightwing anymore.
Really?
I thought it was fun. I thought it was a fun series. It was fun to read. So I like Tim Seeley a lot. So I mean, I can pretty much jump on anything that dude's working on.
Tim Seeley is a big reason to want to jump into this for sure. But Michael Baker's not wrong, guys. We just talked about 3 horror titles that are
Yeah.
on FOC this weekend. Man, the horror titles are on a roll, man. This one seems rather interesting, though. As you can see here, it even says after his father's mysterious death, a grieving teen is drawn into violent conspiracies. Now, that character there that you see, that's not Edward Scissorhands, but relatively close, I guess we could say. Um, Character comes forth, and like the main character that you see here, this teenager, his father died, and now his mom and uncle are like I don't remember what it is like. Just like rather distant from him type thing, and this character comes forth saying that his father was actually murdered, and not to believe everything his mom and uncle are saying type thing. So it sounds like a lot to unpack, but this is going to unpack within only 5 issues as well. So all these three titles that we spoke about, the Hab, this one, And the last one, dude, all of them are rather quick. It's 4 or 5 issues.
Yeah, and for me, that like for me, if again, if you're reading, like that's almost like a if you're into horror books, it's probably it feels like a no-brainer, right? Like, and if you're not into this, then that's understandable, right? I mean, not everybody's into horror books, and that's fine. But if you're into this and seems like something you're interested in, you don't have to commit long term to something to get the full story. You're gonna get a pretty compact story, which I think is a great sell for these kind of books.
Yeah, I like this, man. It sounds like it could even be something that, like, honestly, I don't want to say that option the word because I feel like anytime that word gets said, people start to freak out. But like, it does sound like a story that I'd like to see this as a film or whatever. So
Yeah.
let's see how it plays out. I'll give it a read before I go further into even believing that. But it immediately caught my attention. So it looks very interesting. I agree with some of the stuff you guys are saying in the chat that the mouth
It's
looks
a
like Baraka from Mortal Kombat. Yes, absolutely.
there's so many things. It looks like the thing from Death Note mixed with Baraka,
Yeah.
mixed with like Attack on Titan, like this and Edward Scissorhands and Freddy Krueger. I mean, it's crazy. There's a
Yeah.
lot going on here.
Yeah, very interesting. But let's keep it rolling because up next we've got Transformers 31. This one being the cover B. This is just a cover selection by Lefteros. And of course, he seems to love Daniel Warren Johnson the way I love Daniel Warren Johnson. Anytime we see Daniel Warren Johnson doing some cool covers, we got to highlight it. And that's exactly what we're doing here with this one, man. You got this awesome Megatron cover. Dude, man, Transformers has been crushing it with a lot of even the later prints, man, and they've all been great covers. Like I have such a high appreciation for what Image is doing with all these later prints, having like new covers, etc. We're not seeing recycled stuff, and I love that. I really appreciate it. So here we have this cover B. Daniel Warren Johnson's putting in the work, man, over at Transformers. That's for sure.
He's making folks miss him on a book that Robert Kirkman is writing. Can you think about that for a second?
Yeah,
like and it's not that Robert is not doing a great job. The series is still phenomenal. It's been really good, but um I definitely know that there are folks that are that are missing that Daniel Warren Johnson flair that he gave to this series for the first 24 issues, and the fact that you've got, you know, like I've heard people, I think, you know, I've heard people, notable people in the industry say like Robert Kirkman, probably one of the most, you know, prolific modern writers, right? Like, I mean, I don't think that's a stretch.
yeah,
And you've got him working on this series, and there's people out there being like, it's good, but you know, I'd really like to get DWJ back on it again
yeah.
just to let him get some more issues. And it's just like, bro, I don't know if there's a higher compliment you can pay to somebody
No,
than to say that. So it's really cool.
yeah, exactly, man.
And
But
this cover,
it
holy shit,
slaps.
it slaps.
Totally slaps. But here's one cover that I can't wait to talk about because I know you're pumped about this one. Oh no, actually, wait, it's the next one I want to talk about. Nectar number two.
You're pumped about this one.
You are pumped about this one, don't lie. I don't know if you saw the one for issue number one, dude. I got it, and oh my god, it is so good, man. I have to give it give flowers where flowers are definitely due. Suspiria is just amazing. I love Suspiria's work. I've talked about how much I appreciate Suspiria as an artist, man. And the more you dive into Suspiria and the stuff that she's done, like I want to shout out Armin, who's actually on his way to MegaCon, guys. MegaCon is next weekend, but he's already driving down from Montreal. I don't know how he even has the patience to drive from Montreal to Florida, but
It's a
he's doing that.
long haul, man.
There's oil changes and tire changes involved in that, man. Like, who wants to do that? But he wants to do that. So shout out to him. But yeah, I was gonna give him my Linkin Park comic that actually came out not too long ago, dude. Suspiria did the cover on that as well, man. Like Suspiria does amazing things when it comes to these type of covers, man. She always hits home runs. First issue was great. Here we have issue number two, the not safe for work black bag variant. And yeah, this one seems to be censored. I highly doubt she's gonna be wearing a bra, guys.
I would say probably not. Suspiria, one of my favorite Instagram follows, 100%. Her stuff is just striking. And I believe you still owe me that Suspiria, Something's Killing the Children, that you got a while back.
Do
Still
what?
haven't still haven't seen that show up yet anywhere, but I'll
Which
be waiting.
Suspiria?
We'll find it. We'll talk about it. I'll
Okay.
be sure. It should already be in the mail, but I guess we're gonna have to talk about it more. But
Okay.
anyway, Suspiria's work incredible, and combining her skills onto something like Nectar seems to be just a match made in heaven. So
Yeah.
it's yeah, this does appear to be a censored cover though. You're right.
It is a censored one. It even says censored up top. But dude, the first one was a little wild. I was like, wow, okay, they pushed the limits a little bit here. Um, she was riding the dude like butterflies flying in certain places. But anyways, we won't get into it. I'm sure most of you have already seen it. If not, well, try to scoop one up. It's a hot cover, and here we have another hot cover with issue number 2 by Suspiria. Up next, this is the one I was talking about, Travis. I know you're pumped about that one, right? Absolute
uh
Superman 16. Talk about it.
yeah. So I we're a little spoiled on the absolute front, especially with DC books this week. This week's FOC. Because there's another one too that we're going to talk about. I'm sure. If we're not, I would be surprised. But this one for me is a very close second, maybe like 1B to the big one that's coming from DC for this FOC. And this Gerald Perel uh Absolute Hawkman cover is insane for the
Yeah.
second printing of Absolute Superman 16. So Absolute Superman 16, correct me if I'm wrong, the cover A of the original was Superman and Hawkman flying at each other.
Yes.
That's that issue, right? Already that was hands down one of the best covers of the series. Like for me, it jumped out the second I saw it. I was surprised that was the cover A because they usually don't put something that good on the cover A, it seems like sometimes. It seems like it's always one of the cover B's, cover C's, whatever, even an
Yeah.
incentive or something. This one I am so pumped about. I have already FOC'd multiple copies of this book. This is I love this, and it's just because I want it. Like I don't want anything other than just to have it. It's so good.
Yeah. It's a banger of a cover, but also, man, the story within was actually amazing, man,
It was.
especially when they explore Lex Luthor's origin, dude. Talked about this over on Cover Price, man, how it was just huge, man, for the Lex Luthor story. So one of the main reasons why I really appreciate this issue that much more, this cover for sure is a must pick up. It would have been probably my cover of the week had the next one not existed, but this one right here, guys, I have to say that Mark Brooks went AWOL with this cover, man. He brought the heat, and this is for Absolute Wonder Woman issue 16. Second printing, man. Mark Brooks putting out this cover here with Zatanna. Zatanna has been awesome, dude, within the Absolute Wonder Woman stuff. I feel like he dropped what I consider to be one of the best covers of the year. It's a contender for sure. It's got to be talked about at the end of the year. I think people are going to talk about this one and be like, yo, Mark Brooks crushed it. And one thing that's actually interesting, I don't know if you guys follow Mark Brooks over on social media, on Instagram,
Oh
etc.
man,
Yeah, dude, the poor guy had to come out and like defend himself, saying that he did not do or use any AI when it comes to this one. And people were calling him out for AI, and he's like, dude,
I'm
like
like,
if you guys don't know what's AI or how to tell, like just
oh, yeah, Mark Brooks, probably not the first person I'm gonna go to and say, "Is this AI?" I mean,
no.
dude, Mark Brooks is a legend, and I will say this: this is my favorite cover of the entire Absolute run, and I don't mean just Wonder Woman. I mean this is my favorite cover of any of the books of the entire run since October
Ooh, ooh,
2024. I'm serious. It
ooh,
is my favorite. It is my
dude.
personal favorite.
But that Panosian ratio for issue number 1.
It was good. It was
Oh,
good.
it's
It
up
was
there.
really good. It was not this. This
Oof.
made me lose my mind. I saw this cover and I said, "Holy shit!" Like, and I don't say that about covers very often. I mean, I'm like, oh, this is a great cover. This is an awesome cover. This one literally made me lose my mind when I saw it. I love this thing, and this is the cover of the week for me. It's the cover of the month. It's my favorite cover this year. It is Mark Brooks, bro. Golf clap.
Yep. Absolutely. I feel like you're slightly biased because you and I were both in the music scene, so maybe this cover takes you back a little bit.
Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna like I like this is why I said my favorite. I can't help how my brain is wired, and the design of Absolute Zatanna is primo, and the work on this is fantastic. So
Yeah.
shout out to Mark Brooks and shout out to this freaking series because Absolute Wonder Woman has been perfect.
Yeah, I do want to shout out to Ozzy and Chad for both saying that the Quintana is their favorite because it's
Quintana's
actually,
good.
dude, it is so good as well, man. We're getting spoiled with covers, man, but just want to put it out there, guys. These were Lefteros' picks, but hang tight, man, because this is what I wanted to tell you guys. First, before we get on with some more FOC, definitely go show him some love, man. You can check out his stuff over on Instagram at Lefteros. If you want to order any of the books, like I said at the beginning, you've got Comic Nation if you live in the States, you got Comic Legion if you live in Canada. And don't forget, man, hit up Lefteros if you want to join our Discord, man. We're rocking like 200 and God knows how many people in that Discord right now that just geek out and talk comics nonstop, dude. And it goes beyond comics. We talk music. We got channels for literally everything. So you're more than welcome to come and join if you want to hang out and geek out with us. But like I said, it doesn't end there when it comes to the FOC stuff because there's been a little bit of a change over on the cover price side. Lefteros has been, hustling, working his butt off like crazy to
Yep.
bring the picks every single week. But now to give him a little bit of a hand, well, the rest of the crew shows up as well because as you can see, we still have some more of Lefteros' picks over on the website. So go check out Cover Price as well if ever you want to see what picks he's got that go beyond just the ones I showed you. Dork number 3, obviously, one of the hottest series, as I said, in 2026. People loving that, so you might want to pick it up. We spoke about this one already. Let's keep going. Hab, we spoke about. Nectar number 2. We spoke about the not safe for work variant, but you can pick up the cover A as well. Another stunning cover. Ordained Zero, man, the machine. I actually really like this pick right here because this Ordained, we all know, has already been like optioned. We've heard names like Colin Farrell tied to it, etc. But if you guys have been reading it, man, it's been great. And I kind of, I for myself, I want to pick this up because I want to know what more is going on within the story. And here we've got the issue number 0. Pretty Hate Machine, we spoke about as well. But then we fall into the staff picks. So people like myself, Travis, Izzy, Laura, everybody, Gabe, Jeb, we all are making picks, even some of those working behind the scenes. Now, Leftero's dropping fire here with this Absolute Superman 15-second print cover. We've seen this one already, and it is so good. Love that. The Peril
Oh,
one.
looky there.
Yep. Look, Travis, you even got a little bit of a write up. You're cool. You're cool like that. But yeah, man, the write ups are there. Absolute Wonder Woman 16 Mark Brooks seemed to be the heavy favorite amongst everybody. So as you can see, Hannah picked it as well. You got Jeff who picked it, Laura, and then myself. I'm gonna be honest. This is what I wrote in the article, but I did feel this to be, the case because when I saw it, I did think it was an exclusive for MegaCon. I really thought
Yeah.
that's what this was,
Right.
and instead, no. Went out saying that this was available on FOC, and we get to feast on this beauty for literally cover price. So
I,
I think
I
we got spoiled.
I literally it was my pick, and then it started to roll in on the channel, and I know that they're all about like, hey, if there's multiple picks, great. I was like, yeah, but there's been like 4 people. I gotta pivot. I gotta give the other one. I gotta give the Superman one some love because it deserves it too. But this one is well deserving of all the love it's getting.
Oh, it's so good. Here, let me see if I could just make this actually no, I'll leave it like that, the screen. But yeah, moving on, man. There's Blood and Thunder issue 12. This is a cool cover as well. This one's selected by Steve, who works in the marketing side of things. You got Dork One going to a 4th printing. That's right. Jim, who is the developer over at Cover Price, says he missed the original printing, and so it looks like a fun read. That
Yep.
is a prime example as to why we need these later prints, man. So guys, we've seen it time and time again. Those later prints, guys, they're not overprinting these. They're not printing many extras at all, to be honest. So at distribution, these ones are tending to sell out rather fast. Hence why, if there's less orders, distribution, we don't have extras. Guess what? These prices tend to spike on the aftermarket. And even if it's at $15 and you don't consider that too high, it's much higher than picking this up at pre order. So now's your chance. make sure to not miss out. Here's another team up one. This is the one with I Hate Fairyland as well. I guess no profanity here. No fucker.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Love this dude, Dick
This one's
Tracy.
fire. It's so
Cool.
good.
Yeah, very well done. I like this one as well. We've got Die Loaded number 6 as well. This one was a Lefteros cover selection. I'm so shocked that we're not talking about the Eon one either, but here we've got Emperor Aquaman 16. This one being the Ariel Diaz. Really nice cover, dude.
Yeah, this one's great. I this one kind of snuck up on me when I saw it. I was like, man, and I actually wasn't familiar with Ariel Diaz when I saw this, and I had to kind of start looking into some more of their stuff, and it was pretty cool. So, yeah, this one jumped out. This is definitely one of those covers that kind of jumps out when you're starting looking through the list. You're like, okay, well, I'm not reading this, but this is a good cover grab.
Yep.
Hey, there's that Tim Daniel.
Yep. There it is. That's the one I was talking about before. You got Frankenstein New World. This one is
I'm
by
excited
Mark.
about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I'm excited about for sure.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I know they used it as the thumbnail, but this is one I didn't even bother to look at, so I must
Yep.
keep an eye out for that.
New little series starting in the Mignola verse. So really anything that's adjacent to the Mignola verse from the Hellboy universe is always going to pique my interest. So yeah, I'm excited about this one a lot.
Yeah, here's one that I'm surprised not a lot of people are talking about as well, man. You've got the Fury of Firestorm number 1, man. It looks like there's gonna be some havoc going on here within this mini series. It's gonna be, I think, 5-6 issues, something like that. Yeah, man. I want to pick this up. This is Jeff Lemire 1 in 25, but there's some great regular covers, man. Corona's been doing some covers for all of these as well, man. I don't know if you saw, but very nice Corona cover as well.
Yeah, this is cool. Lemire always is very striking. Like, you can always recognize a Lemire cover when you see it, and his work is always incredible. But yeah, you're right. The Corona stuff has been really good too. I'm excited about this series. All of the DC Next Level stuff for me is exciting because we've been very spoiled on the DC side of things lately. So I'm excited to see what kind of new stuff we can bring in. Like this Riley Rosmo cover is really good too.
Yeah, there you go. You have another one. Jeb going with Godzilla Infinity Roar. I am not surprised one bit.
Yeah. You're getting the Godzilla with a little bit of symbiote there. That's nice.
Yeah. Here's another
this
one.
was sweet.
Yeah, from the Hab dude, M. Carroll. Very nice cover, dude. I love this one.
Yeah, insane.
Yep. Is Ted okay? Goes to a second print as well.
Good for them. Congrats everybody on that team.
Yeah, I enjoyed the first issue, so I definitely encourage everyone to pick it up if you missed out. There's a good opportunity. King Spawn has an amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bonacorsi. Virgin variant. Really cool.
Baker, where you at, dog? I know you're getting this one.
Yeah, he probably just passed out. Give him a couple minutes. Nakayama doing some more magic in Colossus here with issue number 3. I had this as a pick, but I was like, yeah, I'm positive Matt's gonna pick it. So I
1,000,000%. This was never going to not be a Matt pick here.
If you guys didn't know, Matt DeVoe is probably the biggest Mega Man nerd out there. He's got the helmet that he wears when he drives, when he goes shopping, everywhere. He wears it everywhere, just so you know. But yeah, man, Jeffrey Cruz on this one, 1 in 5. We've seen the Mega Man X 1 in 5 for issue number 1 do well. There's going to be more homage covers. There's one dropping this week as well, guys. You might want to keep an eye out for that one as well. So yeah, I'm curious to see how that one will do on the aftermarket. Murder Hobo is back. Yeah. I don't know if you guys knew this, but there was a Murder Hobo book a few years back. Ryan G. Brown here. This one being the regular one. Obviously, Gabe would pick such a book, and it does not surprise me at all. Here you've got the Ryan Brown cover for cover B. This is the second print cover for Nectar number 1. Also has a not safe for work. I wonder if it's going to be the same one. Haven't seen it yet. We spoke about this one. We all love boobs. Yes, we do. Planet of the Apes versus Fantastic Four.
Yeah, these movie poster homages are starting to kind of draw me in. And it started with that Narco Hitchcock Vertigo cover, and I hear they're going to be doing more of those, but these are starting to kind of catch my eye, and this was one that I almost got, but that FOC order was looking a little full. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
it's up there for me, man. Obviously, Pretty Hate Machine, I'm picking up. Ordained One goes to a fourth printing, guys. Just crazy to even say that out loud, but I'm not surprised as well. So shout out to them. Spawn 374, Jeff Monk with the regular cover right here. Epic cover. I agree with Mr. Day over at Cover Price. And then you got Supergirl 12, this one being the April Jewels cover. Obviously, who doesn't like seeing Crypto and Supergirl together? You got Thundercats, Silverhawks #1, and as you can see, man.
Canetti's been doing some insanely good work.
Yes, I don't disagree, but as you can see, the staff, you get a mix and see exactly what it is that we're kind of into. White Sky #1 going to a third printing, so if you guys missed out on the first two, definitely check them out. And then you can see what's trending by price as well. So make sure to check it out when you guys have a minute. And yeah, it's a cool little guide, I guess.
So much good info there.
Yeah, exactly. But let's not keep the man waiting backstage, because every week we catch up with our brother Steve. That's right. Steve is rather new to the hobby. He's done maybe what now? Six months, we'll say approximately. But he just traveled to Florida and he actually hit up some shops. So let's catch up with Steve, baby. Here we go. Stevie boy, my God. Thank God you have lights on. I almost wanted to see you. How you doing, man?
I'm good. You?
My God, you're like almost darker than the wall, man.
Yeah.
Is it officially that you are all the way in too deep when you hit up comic shops on vacation? Like you've officially gotten into it. Like it's done. Like it's a wrap, bro. Like you're in.
It's done. It's game over for me.
He's done, guys. He's gone.
How was Florida, man?
I was honestly, it was beautiful. Beautiful weather. Had fun with the kids.
Yeah,
relaxed. Hit up the beach, the pool. Chilled, man.
That's
you and
awesome.
I went back and forth on social media, and you were sending me scores. Obviously, you went 2-0. You know, anytime I was showing you something cool, you would one up me by showing me the beach or whatever it was. And I will tell you, on paper, you won 2-0. Behind the scenes, you must have won like 12-1.
My guy was going through it up here.
Oh, it was bad. It was so bad, but I will never share some of those things. It's funny because I had posted a video. I went skateboarding with the kids, dude, and we went to Taz's basement here in Montreal, where you and I go with the kids. And dude, that day where like immediately after you posted that you were at the beach, right? My oldest son wiped so bad on a ramp, dude. He like scraped and cut his arm, and I was like, "Yeah, Steve, right now you're 3-0, but I'm not gonna tell you."
This is getting out of hand. I can't keep reporting these things to him.
No.
The official scoreboard is 2-0. We'll keep it at that.
Yeah. So let me take that loss in a small minor way. But yeah, man. So Florida was great. And obviously we need to know, because you told us you were going to hit up some shops. And how did that go? Did you do it?
I did. I went to 2 shops. So one close by to where I have my house over there.
Okay.
I'm not going to name the shop because I don't want to.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
I don't want to do that, but I have more books in my collection than he has in his store. So I was a bit disappointed.
Were they good books? Were they good books?
It was all older stuff, and it's just like
just a full Dark Hawk run. You know what I mean?
It was just like nothing crazy.
Guys,
I got out of there pretty quick.
It's probably walking in and it's like, this guy only has like 40 books. So what is this? Amazing Fantasy 15. Who needs this?
No. I'm not that dumb. I did look through and see what he had, and I did pick up a few books for my buddy Frank that he wanted. So at least I did support.
He was like, I was out of there in like 10 minutes, you know?
Yeah, in and out 10 minutes. Then I went to another shop. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I went to another shop a little further down, and I ended up spending maybe an hour and a half in there talking to the owner, and we had a good time. Sold me a couple books. It was nice.
That's awesome, man.
So just be like, I'm Steve. Steve. You know me. I'm Steve.
No
Nobody
one
knows.
recognizes him with his tan, so there's that. Um, but all right. So you went to one shop. It wasn't as fire as you were expecting. No inventory. But
Yeah.
you went to two, right? So you went to a second one,
I went to a second one. Yeah, I bought a
and
few books from him there. But
really,
because I FOC my books and I buy what I need, I don't really going into a shop these days for me, unless I'm going in dollar bins. I'm up to date. I know I don't need to get anything.
okay, that's fair.
But I did
That's
Look at this.
get this because this one I've been trying to get it here and I can't get it, so I finally got this one.
Oh yeah.
About that in Florida.
Yeah,
Does it smell like a
I think-
beach?
I paid it like $4 US. It was beautiful.
Oh
That's
my god,
fantastic.
Yeah,
that was like $30 Canadian. So it must, must
I got
suck.
I got a good deal. That's for sure.
Awesome, man. Is that the only book you bought on vacation?
No, I got a Black Cat.
There you go.
All
Okay.
right. Heck yeah. The nullified. That's sweet.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. I didn't buy much. Tried to save my money. I was buying on Whatnot with Legion, like I was still at home. So
So you're traveling, yeah, exactly, and you're
Yeah.
still buying online, which I mean, hey,
this is because they didn't give me all my books that I had there, but this is what I picked up this morning.
oh, okay. Well, you gotta show this. What we pick up, man? This
Oh
is
my
all while
God.
you were away.
Yeah,
And hold on, you picked up your books today?
I had my buddy go pick them up for me. Yeah, Frank went to get my books.
Jesus, man. Yo, Chia, we need to talk, bro. I want my books. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's see.
Okay,
Oh,
you
yeah.
got the Narco.
There
There
it
you
is.
go. That's awesome. Dork. Oh my god. Okay. You got like $400 in 2 books. Continue. Okay, keep it coming. I missed it. I didn't see the last one. Ultimate Spider-Man. Okay. The Thing on the doorstep. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Hey, yo,
I love that
Lefteros was
cover.
talking about that cover for like.
I know
little
when he
bit.
spoke about it, I bought it. That was just listen to Left Arrows.
He has that effect on people.
Yeah,
Bro, Wrestling Heist is amazing. Tell
Yeah.
I
me
didn't
that
start
little.
it yet. I didn't start it yet. So I'm just collecting them. I'll read them when I have them. Like when I have them all.
That is amazing. Oh yeah, the
Oh,
Phantom
yeah.
of the Opera.
Yeah.
Opera. Yo, shout out to Raphael, man, the turtle collector, dude. I appreciate you. 10 cents for every viewer watching the stream right now. Thank
Let's
you so much
go.
for that, man. Really appreciate it.
Easy.
Let's get the view count up, man.
I love that Ultimates cover. That's sweet.
Yeah, it's,
Appreciate
it's
you,
one of the
Raphael.
nicest
Thanks.
ones in the run. You know, gotta get
Awesome.
my
Hyde
Hyde Street.
Street.
Oh, gotta get Hyde Street.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're putting up every book Travis missed out on. This is amazing.
Hey, no. I got 3 copies of Bleeding Hearts now. Come on.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my god, that's fantastic.
Talavera,
I have
right?
2 of those actually.
No kidding. I don't blame you for wanting.
This was
to-
another Left Arrow suggestion that I had to listen to and get. So
Yeah,
Okay.
Ghost Pepper.
Yeah,
pretty
solid.
good. This one.
Awesome.
Great.
Yes.
We're gonna
Send-
keep
send-
going. There's a lot more. Huh?
Yeah, keep it going, baby. I want to see
That's
this.
why we're here. That's what
2
the
weeks.
people want to see. Oh
One
yeah,
World
One World
Under
Under Doom. Great.
This next
great
one,
series.
I'm like, I feel bad for people that were sleeping on Thursday, but I got this for $15. It's a first print.
Wow. Good. It's about time you pick one up.
Yeah, I know. I've been waiting for a good price, and I guess everybody was asleep when I bought it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's good.
We're just talking about issue 3. Yes.
Storm. Okay, I've seen this one a lot coming up. That's fantastic.
Great issue, great homage. There you go.
Oh,
Hey,
there you go. Those, dude. I dig those facsimile reprints every now and
This-
then, especially when you get
We
those.
all, whoever bought on Monday, got this for
Yep.
free.
Yeah.
This is my favorite cover that I got in my whole stack.
yeah,
Dude,
dude.
yeah. It
The
doesn't. Yeah.
superplex from the top
So
rope, man.
It's beautiful.
Love it.
I got this.
Yes, dude. Ito. Oh my god, man.
Okay.
That's a cover grab.
That is a cover grab, yeah. This also is a cover grab.
No
Oh,
kidding,
yeah,
dude.
dude.
Dude, I say it all the time. Momoko hit or miss, and that's a hit.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, I love her. I love this stuff. It's beautiful. This one, I have 2 of these also.
That's a good first.
Oh yeah.
Not that.
Beneath the trees. Have you
Oh,
read
man.
the first
Rite of
Beneath
Spring?
the Trees? No,
Yeah.
the first one.
Yeah, of course. I finished Rite of
Oh, yeah.
Spring when I was in Florida.
Did you read in Florida?
Yeah, of course I did.
Oh yeah. Now that's the must-have. Everybody has to have
Yeah.
that one.
This one is a rare
Oh
that I would buy, but
man.
I love this.
Rare in your collection, right?
Yes, exactly. This one is it. According to you, it's rare, but I needed to get this. So for me, it's like,
Yes.
Oh my
dude.
god.
yeah.
Good grab. I don't know if you read it, man, but now I'm
No,
really
not yet.
pumped for the show. Really
Not
pumped
yet.
for
I
the
have
show.
2 of these.
Good job.
Oh dang.
Now,
that
what
was
do you
that
think
was
of the barcode?
That was the oh dang. I don't
Well,
have one of those.
I don't know what like. I don't know.
Does the barcode bother you or the DC
A little
logo
bit.
placement?
I don't know.
Y'all
Everything's weird.
tripping.
I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter really.
Awesome. Yeah.
Oh
that's good,
yeah.
dude. Dude, the Batman stuff right now is amazing.
Yeah.
We did create a monster, guys. We did. Oh my god.
Oh,
yes.
that's the oh my god. That's
And
the
this is
best.
the next one is my second favorite cover that I picked up.
Oh
Yeah.
dude. This Joker
that.
cover is sick. This is big words coming from Dan Dolatore.
100%. This is a huge compliment here.
Read that issue, Steve. Read that issue of Batman.
Which one?
Oh my
This
God.
one?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I know. I have to get up to date with it. This one,
Like-
it took Chia 6 weeks and a half to find it for me, but he found it.
I'm always here for the Chia stray.
Guys, Chia just
Throw one
turned,
in for sure. And this
Chia
one was an
just turned-
ultimate cover grab.
he just turned 50. Cut him some slack. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
old
Oh
man
my
silver.
lord.
Yeah, that was my vacation pull.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
You crushed it back home from Florida. That's
Yeah.
what you did.
Bro didn't even have to change the weight of his luggage to rack up. That's fantastic.
That's exactly it.
Crazy. Good grabs,
Yeah.
man. But you said you read in Florida, really?
Yeah, well, when the kids are asleep and everybody went to bed, I pulled up the iPad and just kept going.
100%. I do it every
Crazy.
time I'm on
Yeah.
vacation. It's
No, it was
I'm
fun.
always on vacation in the summer, so it's always baseball and comics when everybody's asleep.
Yeah,
There's a West
had
Coast
these on the
baseball game
plane.
and comics.
I had these 2 on the plane. Whatever this one.
Oh,
Put it up, put it up.
yeah. Hush
Oh, yeah.
and Dark Knight Returns. Dude,
Yeah. So I kept myself busy.
Steve's crushing it.
Yeah, well, props to you, dude, because I would have been like face first in the sand, like passed out drunk.
Yeah.
That would have been me. And there was gonna be no comics, but good for you, bro. Good for you for
I know.
continuing with the reads, man. So what'd you think of those? Did you read Hush?
I started. I did start Hush. I like it. I didn't get far because with a 1.5-year-old on a plane, it's hard to read. But
No kidding.
what I got to read was I like it. I have to continue. That's all it is. I just have to buckle down. It's just now that One Piece came out, I'm
Yep.
like putting everything on the side right now. I already watched it all, and I started the podcast one. Now I'm going to rewatch everything again. It's just unbelievable.
Good.
We started not comic related or manga related or anything, but we started DTF St. Louis, and guys, it's really fun. It's really good.
Yep. Comic Nation's right, man. Vacations as a dad aren't even vacations. They do suck.
No.
But
I
they're
need a
fun.
vacation from my vacation.
Dude, I was off spring break, man, with the kids, and my boss looks at me and he's like, "So, how was your week off? You feel recharged?" I'm like, "I need a vacation. Like, I need time off again."
I was watching your stories. I was tired for you.
Yeah, dude, it was wild, but that's awesome, man. It must have been interesting to step into shops, in foreign, waters here at this point, right? You're going into somewhere totally different. You're not used to the regular stuff, right? And how did you find it walking into these shops, man? The service or whatever. You did 2 shops, so obviously
I
you
did.
might.
Well, the first shop that I walked into that had barely any books, the guy was like kind of reserved and kept to himself.
Yeah.
Could I help you with anything? I'm like, no, I'm just looking around. And he kept to himself. But the second shop I went to, the guy was very friendly, and he asked me some funny questions, and I laughed a bit. But he's like, "Oh, you have a funny accent." I'm like, "Okay."
Okay.
I'm like, "Well, I'm Canadian." He's like, "Wow, that's cool." And he started asking me if he's like, what was that he said?
Do you know Wayne Gretzky?
No. He asked me if all the comic books in Quebec are in French, and that made me laugh.
So it's funny because it is a thing here, man. We do have some of those
Yes.
French Canadian comics. They're actually go for dirt cheap, man. A lot of people just like don't care for them. They want obviously the English stuff, but it's funny because people outside of Quebec would pay a little more in order to have these in their collection, especially when you've got some first appearances as such, right? Like I don't know if you get the first appearance of Tarantula in a French copy, you can get it for dirt cheap here, but somebody else that's foreign would probably want to pick it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, but no, they're definitely not all French. Although the French section is completely ignored.
He thought all our books were French, and we had to come to the States to buy English ones, and I was like, couldn't stop laughing.
The guy thought you were gonna go on the plane with 3 long boxes when he heard that. He's like,
that's good.
And money signs just took place of his eyes.
Yeah. No, I was actually going into that store looking for nectar, but he didn't order money because he didn't think it was gonna pop off, and he only had the variants at the ratios. So he was selling them at like 80 US or something, and I'm like, yeah, you can keep them.
Yeah, that would have cost you a mortgage payment, but
it was blew the vacation budget for sure.
Oh yeah.
But that's awesome, man. Obviously, I know you're tired, man. You just traveled, you just got back, so I'm not gonna keep you much longer. But it was nice to obviously catch up.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else you wanted to show off or anything, or you're okay?
Show off, no, but keep your eyes out. I'm probably gonna start doing something on my own very, very soon.
Yeah,
might be like an Instagram Reels series or TikTok something. I don't know where I'm going with it, but keep your eyes out. I'll be posting something about it soon.
That's awesome, man. And obviously, when you do kick that off, you and I talk literally almost every day. So if there's, you make sure you keep me in the loop, and we'll
definitely
spread the word, man. Let the people know. There's real series and stuff like that I'm also planning. So I'd love to have you part of that. Travis is aware of some as well. And yeah, man, content is gonna be pumping, man. Like it's all coming. It was a very wild couple of weeks, but man, some storms have been, going on here mentally, and obviously, good times ahead, and I can't wait to see what you're gonna bring forth, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. We'll see how it works out.
I'm just glad I can finally, repost things that have nothing to do with Lando. I can prioritize things now. This is great. Anytime Steve throws something up, I'll be sure to bump Lando down the list a little bit.
There you go, man. Hey guys, look at that. From being new into the hobby, and now within 6 months, the guy's gonna start creating content and stuff. So congratulations, dude. It's gonna be fun. Good times.
Yeah. Thanks.
Hell yeah. But all right, guys, we're gonna let him go. Like I said, he's tired, he's burnt, literally, as you can see. And yeah, man, let's give Steve an adios, and we'll see you next week, dude.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, later, man. I just want him to get good enough to take over the show so I could take some Sundays off. That would be great. That would be amazing.
We will run you into the ground.
Yeah, I figure. But anyways, speaking of running me to the ground, I was looking at some of the sales on the aftermarket, man. And dude, I was up late last night looking at some of these sales. So let's get into it. Travis, you ready?
Let's get it.
Vamos. All right, boys and girls, it's time for the market report. We're looking at books that sold on the aftermarket. And let me tell you, man, that some of these were absolutely wild, interesting, and books that I've never even heard of before. So that's why I highlight these. Now, this list goes in no particular order. This is not a top 10. This is not the shakers that takes place on Thursdays. No, but we are looking at books that did shake from Thursday to today. And yeah, man, looking at multiple lists across the board, but most importantly is Michael Baker for me, because the Baker Shakers are dedicated to Michael Baker, who hits me up every single week, every single day of the week, letting me know about books that's sold on the aftermarket. So let's kick it off. Book number 1 that we're going to talk about, Kingpin number 1. We go back to 2017. This one being the Tedesco Killer Mike rap music homage cover. There's only 6 CGC 9/8 on the census, and something tells me that this is what Steve really looked like in Florida going to the shops, bro. And you kind of, I could kind of see it. CGC 9/8, $299 US. Cover price daily shaker, highest sale recorded to date for this one. And dude, these hip hop covers, man, there's so many of them, but $300 is not cheap, dude.
Dude, I didn't know this existed, and I love Killer Mike. I love Killer Mike. He is one of my absolute favorite rappers, and
Really?
yes, and this is a homage to his album Rap Music, RAP. And dude, I cannot believe that I've never seen this before, and I'm even more broken inside to know there's only 6 9.8s and they're going for about 300 a pop. That hurts a little bit, but
It's
but
crazy.
this is awesome. This is so good. I love the little Daredevil drawing in the background too. My God.
Yeah. It's wild, man. I like it. It's dude, like I said, there's so many great hip hop covers, and like there's very few that are like, meh, passable, whatever.
Yeah.
This one is just amazing as well. I
Not
had no
not
idea you were into Killer Mike.
Oh yeah, not the first Killer Mike cover. I mean, there's been a million Run the Jewels homages. You know,
Yeah.
you see those all the time. But to get like a real like Killer Mike cover, like pre-Run the Jewels, is so cool. And I did not even realize this was a thing. So I'm gonna be looking out for this one from now on. This is too good.
Yeah. I love it. Kingpin number 1, CGC 9/8, $299. Moving on, though, we've got Pokemon the Movie 2000, number 1. We go back to 1998 with this one. Viz Media. There's only 10 CGC 9/8s on the census when it comes to this one, and a 9/8 just sold for $300 as well. Cover price daily shaker, highest sale recorded to date. Pokemon 2000, dude. All these movies, man, it's nostalgia for me, man. I go back and remember when I first watched it, first time I saw Lugia, first time I saw all of these new Pokemon, etc. Dude, it was such a trip. And dude, if I could have this in my collection, I actually wouldn't mind paying a little close to that. I obviously would want to get a deal, but man, $300, it takes me back. You know what I mean? So I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, so here's the funny thing. So 300, if I got $300 and I'm looking at that Killer Mike book and I'm looking at this one, it really would come down to, am I going to resell this book or am I going to keep this book forever and ever? And I would really have a hard time. But if I was going to resell this book, I'm buying this one. Like, you know what I mean? Like that Killer Mike one is pretty niche. Like, this one, this one is definitely, if I'm in the market at $300 for either one of those books, then it's probably this one if I'm looking to maybe flip it, down the line. But that's if you're a flipper. I'm not. I don't sell anything. Period. So yeah, I don't know. This would be a tough call for me because I really like both of them.
I'm just keeping the comment there.
Oh
That's
my
all I'm
God.
doing.
Oh my God. 10 years. 10 years into paying bills. That's fantastic.
Yep, exactly. Already turned his back on Killer, man. You're being
No, I was literally saying if I'm buying for myself, I'm probably going Killer Mike. If I'm buying to flip, which I'm not, I'm probably going Pokemon because I mean, let's just be honest, that's probably going to hold far longer. And there's only 10 9.8s, which honestly at $300, I think that's a little surprising. I think that might even be, I'm surprised it's not more, honestly.
Same. I thought the exact same, and I'm also with Arnis on this one. Sell nothing. You never sell, Travis. Don't ever do that. But somebody did. Pokemon the Movie 2000, number 1, CGC 9/8, $300. Moving on. This cover is so good, dude. Batman Annual 25. I love that we're showing some affordable books. 2006 is what we're going back to. Second printing of this one. It's the origin of Jason Todd's return. There's 11 CGC 9/8s on the census for this, and a 9 just went for $150. And this was a cover price daily shaker. Love this.
Oh man, this is great. The first printing of this is one of my favorite covers. Like, it's one of my personal favorite Batman covers. And to be honest, I don't think I'd ever seen this one before. And man, I really want it. And at 150 for a 9.8, God, that's not bad. I really don't hate that at all. This cover's amazing, and this book was really good. Judd Winnick's run on Batman was really entertaining, especially the stuff pertaining to the Red Hood. So,
Yep.
it's fantastic. So, this is one I didn't realize existed, but now is officially on the list. After you sent it to me earlier today, I was like, ooh,
Yeah, dude. At 150, man, it's not a bad grab, right? Like,
no, I mean that's a throw that sucker up on the wall just for the eye candy. You know what I mean? Like it's fantastic.
yeah, and as we just said, there's only 11 9/8 of this on the CGC census, so not too many of those out there in a 9/8. Now, obviously, Batman Annual 25. There's the first printing. This one being the second printing. CGC 9/8, $150. Great cover. Love this. Damn, this guy buying two Batman Annuals 25
Am
over
I being
killer. No.
entrapped here? Is this entrapment?
That's exactly what's happening to Travis tonight, man. But moving on, man. Darkstalkers Morrigan, number 1. We go to 2022. This is from Udon Entertainment. Timothy Lim exclusive for this, which actually was available for $15 US. A raw copy just sold for $100. Cover price daily shaker. Darkstalkers, man. You know, it's got its fan base. You know what I mean? Like Street Fighter's got a fan base, Mortal
Right.
Kombat's got a fan base. I'm just a fan of gaming, and obviously, you know, I have an appreciation for Darkstalkers, and this Morgan cover is pretty delicious. Now, there's the flip side to this, where you can see the rear end also entering the arcade, right? So yeah, pretty cool. $15 is what it was available for. $100, dude. I didn't realize anything on this cover, other than the arcade and her boobs. I'll be honest with you. The first things that stood out to me was like, okay, cool, great chest right there. But then after, like, okay, the arcade looks pretty cool, and then you start to look at things, and I'm like, okay, well, the eyes, the eyes seem a bit weird.
They
It took me,
do.
it took me a minute, but the eyes are kind of threw me off on the
I
cover.
this is gonna sound very odd, but I dig the Udon logo at the top left of the arcade box.
Yeah.
I know that's unusual. I know what we're looking at here, and I'm not. This isn't me like trying to make a joke. I'm just saying like I think that's a cool little thing to have it up there in the top left. Still, like it was any other comic, but it's just kind of worked into the design. It looks really cool.
Yeah. But like I said, man, I saw this was available for 15, and this did some crazy numbers. As you can see, $100 right now. For this one, it's well above what it was going for. As you can see, Darkstalkers Morrigan number 1, $100. But check this out. Tomb Raider 50. Obviously, any chance I get to talk about Tomb Raider, I'm going to do it. 2005 is where we go. This one being the final issue. Adam Hughes cover, 64. CGC 9/8 on the census. 9/8 just sold for $156. Cover price daily shaker, highest sale recorded to date, man. And I've said it before how I had the opportunity to meet Adam Hughes, and one thing that like kind of bothered me was that I didn't have any candidates, worthy copies of Tomb Raider to bring to him to get signed. These later ones tend to go for a little more. They've broken that cover price a long time ago, and my mission is to get some banger quality
Okay,
copies.
that sort of answers my question. You don't have this one, right?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I'm missing this one, but I have seen it before. But man, every time I come across some of these Tomb Raider ones here locally, there's always like a couple of spine ticks that are breaking color, etc. And it's like I really want to try to get myself one. 64 9/8, and I agree with Bakerman that 156 is actually a deal for this, even though it's considered the highest sale right
Yeah.
now. 156 ain't too shabby in my books.
No, I don't think so. The only problem is if you're looking at, like you said, you'd like to have it. You'd like to have a good candidate to get signed by Adam, and yeah, you'd have to crack it, which is fine. But I get your point. But 156, if you don't have to have it signed, 156, I think you could do worse here. This is really good.
Yeah. I mean, you make him sign right where the sand is on the left with his
Ah.
AH
Exclamation mark.
Exactly, man. But yeah, man, Tomb Raider 50, the final issue, CGC 98, $156. Moving on, we are looking at some Baker Shakers. That's right. We've got the Tekken Saga #1. And 1997 is where we go back to. Of course, another video game book makes its way. First, the US comic appearance. Only 9 CGC 98s on the census for this one, and a 9.8 just sold for $350. Baker Shaker this week. And dude, I love me some Tekken, man. Tekken is way different though when it comes to fighting style video games, etc. We've got Street Fighter right now that's coming out also as a film. We've got Mortal Kombat 2 that's coming out as a film. Tekken again is one of those. I kind of want to say like Darkstalkers, where it's like you have those diehard Tekken fans, but the games always tend to fall a little flat in my books when it comes to Tekken, man. I just it doesn't hit all the time, right? There's a few good ones, but even Tekken 8, the last one was like, ugh.
Tekken 3, though.
Yes,
Tekken 3.
good. Yes, okay.
That game fucked. That was a good one.
It did.
Yeah, they're a little more up and down, I think. I think by and large, I think like your other ones like Mortal Kombat and stuff have been a little bit more consistent, obviously, but diehard fan base, and I love the Tekken series. I love the characters. But yeah, this is cool. I've never seen this before. This is really cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, never seen this.
I thought this was one you would have maybe seen already, but yeah,
Nope.
man, I like this. Yeah, glove on the right gives me Double Dragon vibes, man. Dude, Double Dragon was
Old school. That's good stuff.
yeah, amazing. Yeah, so there you go, man. You got Zabit in the chat saying Tekken 2 and 3 will be my favorites because they were awesome on the PS1. And yeah, man, that's exactly it. Those ones just hit different. You know what I mean? I feel like as time progressed, man, the games just declined. And
Yeah.
I had such high hopes for Tekken 8, and it just didn't deliver the way I was hoping it would. And same thing for Tekken 7, man. Tekken 7 wasn't anything good, but this book is one that I would still love to have in my collection. Tekken Saga #1, CGC 98, $350. Moving on. Deadpool 42. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this cover before, but this one is from 2015, La Mole Comic Con. Guardians of the Galaxy poster homage. Clayton Crane actually did this cover. 85 CGC 98s on the census. And let me tell you, this was one of those rare times where I'm checking out the census and we had like 17, I'll say, like just blue label 98s, and the rest out of these 85 were all signed. That's really what we ended up having here. CGC 98 for the blue label, $200, man.
Seems like you get those a lot. Like, you get like an iconic artist who does something that's a little limited, you know what I mean, as far as print run.
Yeah.
And it seems like, you just get that kind of that perfect combination of like, oh, this is a book I would like to get signed, and you and 78 other people also feel that way and get it signed and then immediately get it slabbed. So yeah. That's not the craziest thing in the world, but it's definitely one of those weird phenomenons that you will see every now and then with certain books that I think is funny. Like, this is the book with more signed copies than not. It's just weird.
Well, I'm pretty sure at the con, like he was probably signing away on.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's just I dig stuff like that. I think it's cool. There's little weird things that happen in the comic world.
Yep. But Deadpool 42, this one being the La Mole Comic Con Guardians of the Galaxy homage, CGC 98, $200. Moving on. Here's one that I've never seen before, man. And when I saw this, I was like, what the heck is going on, man? Batman Superman #1, 2016 is where we go back to. This was actually a Doritos Dollar General exclusive. Raw copy sold for $140. Cover price Daily Shaker. And these collabs have existed before where you'll see Doritos with like Walmart, etc., like those type of exclusives. This is a reprint, of course, but again, I've never seen this.
No. I bought the first, like, I don't know, 15, 20 issues of this series. There was some ridiculously good Jay Lee covers in this series. It was super good.
Yeah.
But I have never seen this. Who knew that there was a Doritos and Dollar General exclusive? Like, what a Like you're getting the Doritos exclusive, but it's so exclusive we're only putting it at Dollar General.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They were only there at Dollar General, man, and that's what I was saying. You have the exclusives, let's say with Doritos, maybe with Walmart and stuff like that. I think it was Batman versus Superman. I don't know if you remember that one when it had come out. I remember there were some kind of exclusives there. But yeah, this one is one I've never seen before. We don't even have a Dollar General here, so
Oh my God, they're everywhere. There's like a running joke. Is like, there's a running joke where it's like, hey, we're just looking for a new place to put our Dollar General. Is there another Dollar General within 5 miles of this? Perfect, perfect. We're gonna build one right here. Don't worry about it.
that's hilarious. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
man, a cover like I said that I never saw before, and when I saw it make a sale, I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. So Batman Superman #1, the Doritos Dollar General exclusive raw copy sold for $140. But up next, check this out, man. Cartoon Network Action Pack #2. We go back to 2006, the first appearance of Ben 10 in comics. There's only 5 CGC 9/8s on the census, and a 9/8 just sold for $800. Baker Shaker this week, and also want to shout out Cover Price for having this as a daily shaker as well. This is what happens to be the highest sale recorded to date. Ben 10 was a thing in the 2000s, guys, and I still see cartoons every now and then.
This was a little after our time, wasn't it, buddy?
Yeah, it was.
We were moving on from Cartoon Network for the most part when Codename Kids Next Door was starting out, and then Ben 10 as well. Um, yeah, this is cool. It's an interesting little kind of transition period from Cartoon Network, I think. But Ben 10 was super cool series that I got into later in life that I thought was really. I kind of wished I'd have watched it then, but it's we were probably what, high school and just never home.
Dude,
Never home at all. So yeah,
2007 is when I met my wife. Like when
right.
we started
That's
dating.
that's what I'm saying. Like we were like, I guarantee you that it was just shows and being away and coming home way too late and never watching, never catching live Cartoon Network shows. But yeah, this is fantastic. This is a really cool book, and at least Codename Kids Next Door and Ben 10 were super enjoyable when I finally got around to watching them.
Yep. Yes, I'm not surprised that he is excited that this is going to be coming out. But yes, I don't know if you guys saw the comment earlier. Dynamite is bringing back Ben 10 this year or next, man. So that's actually pretty cool, man. That Dynamite's doing that. There's been a bit of a shakeup at Dynamite. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but yeah, a certain somebody was let go after like 40 years of being there, man. So
Oh, wait, that's Dark Horse.
oh no, yeah, sorry, Dark Horse.
Dark
Why am I
Horse, yeah,
saying Dynamite?
the founder, or one of the founders of Dark Horse.
Yeah, dude.
It's crazy. It's a wild thing. I won't say too much about it, but it definitely is. It was a surprise when I heard that, and kind of shocking. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
these things happen.
Yeah, no, I don't know why I said Dynamite, Dark
It's
Horse.
the D. It's the D thing.
It's the D. Easy,
It's the
bro.
D.
Easy. But yeah, man, this is a really cool one to have in your collection, especially if you're a fan of Ben 10. But besides that, man, there's not many copies in a 9/8 on the census because, as you can see, there's only 5. Cartoon Network Action Pack #2 CGC 9/8 sold for $800, man. Here's a big sale, and I love it so much. You guys know I have a huge love for Michael Turner. X-Men 500 2008 is where we go back to, and this is the 1 in 200 ratio sketch by Michael Turner. Now apparently there's an estimated like 400 copies when it comes to this that are out there, and a CGC 9/8 sold for $1,680. Baker Shaker this week, also a Cover Price daily shaker, and let me tell you, I the photo that you see here, man, like obviously I'm pulling these photos from online, whatever, and when you check the physical copies of this, like on eBay, etc., dude, it is crazy pencil work that Michael Turner put out for this cover, man. It is amazing. It's like super stunning.
Yeah, it's so detailed, and I'll say this, whenever I see anything from Michael Turner go big on the aftermarket, I just think, you know what, like it's always well deserved. Michael Turner,
Yeah.
by far, just absolute legend, and just I never it always brings a smile to my face to see Turner's work still getting so much love,
Yeah.
and continuing to, because it's well deserved. So, yeah, just love seeing Michael Turner get his flowers always.
Dude, I couldn't agree with you more, man. I saw this in like it's in colored, like full colors, and it looks beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but man, most of the time I'm not the biggest sketch guy. I don't like these type of covers, but this one, this photo itself doesn't even do it justice. If you guys see, like, go check actual sales on eBay or listings that are probably even still up, you'll see these, and like it's amazing. There was also another sketch that was available as well, but I'm not sure if CGC messed it up, because when I was checking for the census, it was showing me both sketch covers kind of under one. So it was kind of weird. So I couldn't even figure out what was the census, but it is a beauty of a cover. Dude, I $1,680 is money I definitely will never spend on this. But my God, man, to anybody who owns this or has it in their collection, congrats to you, man. This is
Yeah.
a piece to display, man.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue like the price at all. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. Whoever got it, I know that they're happy about it. And but yeah, I if I ever saw this, I'd be like, man, it's worth what it's worth. I mean, it's worth every penny for me. I again, I just there's not many artists that I hold in as high regard as I do Michael Turner. So super cool to see this.
Yeah, very cool. But the X-Men 500, the 1 in 200 ratio sketch cover by Michael Turner, CGC 98, $1,680. Guys, that was the market report, but hang tight, man, because we have some very hot topics that I want to get into with you guys surrounding this hobby, man, that I think is going to be very open, interesting conversation. I can't wait to hear everyone's perspectives. Travis, are you ready?
Always ready.
Let's go. All right, guys, it's time for the hot topics. And as I said, there's quite a few things I want to talk about surrounding the hobby. And one of the things that I was highlighting at the beginning of the show, which is probably going to be the big conversation here, is the conversation surrounding brick and mortars versus online comic shops right now. Some of the things that I've been seeing throughout, the last couple of months, years, actually, to be honest with you, it's one thing that I feel like we've never really dove into this conversation, and I really want to do that with you guys here. So I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody here is going to say and contribute to this conversation. Travis, obviously, I'm excited to talk about it with you. But before we get into that topic, let's look at some other stuff. I don't know if you guys saw this, man, but Invincible Month, the crossover variants that have been coming out, it added 500,000 orders to Image, consisting of 30 plus variants. So, as you can see, Steve was just on not too long ago, and he showed off that Narco. I made sure to get that one as well. The Exquisite Corpses, dude, there's so many great ones. That Hyde Street one, Department of Truth, is amazing. I can go on forever. There's a lot of great ones, but what it did is really amplify the orders when it comes to these. Now, what I consider also to be a big plus here is we're taking titles like Narco, right? There's a lot of people who I've heard that, thanks to these, Invincible month covers, ended up grabbing it because they're fans of Invincible, and they'll grab a Narco #1 not knowing what the hell they're grabbing. They just wanted the cover, and lo and behold, look what ends up happening on the aftermarket, right? That book took off. People were talking about Narco, loving it, etc. So, it's kind of a win on that front. But
Right.
this is huge, man, for how many variants are dropping out of here over at Image, dude. It's wild.
I need to make a little bit of a confession here. I got them all.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I got them all, every one of them. I found a place that was actually just had a nice little bundle set up there, and they were just like, "We'll ship them all to you," and I was like, fantastic. So I'm very excited about this. I think this is really cool. I think that it's cool in spots. I don't know that like we're getting this and we're getting the is it dork crossover or is it the dork crossover or is it fairyland crossover?
So those the yeah, there's the dork and the fairyland, like
Right.
those team up covers, I guess
Yeah.
we could say, are a thing, but the just the invincible ones alone
Right.
here account for that.
So I like this a lot. I think that it will maybe open the door to more of this because that's the way things go in comics, right? But I think when you do it with IPs that are extremely popular, like Invincible,
Yeah.
and you cross it over with other IPs that are extremely popular, then you're gonna get good results here. But yeah, so the Fairyland crossover, so they've already gone kind of back to back on this, right? So it kind of stands to be seen. And you know me, I am not I'm not the rain cloud here. That's never what I do. But the novelty may wane a little bit if you do it with everything. So it'll be interesting to see how they do it or what they do it with. But for me, this was a grab on all of them. I had to
Yeah.
have them. Like it was just so cool. So it was definitely a must get for me.
Yeah, dude. I did the same thing. I didn't grab them all. I'll be honest with you, but there were like so many stuff books that like came out, like example, I think it was Kara. That one was one that not many people even cared for, or were even paying attention to, right? Same thing with Narco. So I think it's great that this happens, you know what I mean? Some people are probably not big fans of it, nor do they care for it, but for myself, man, look, I like Invincible. I think some of these crossovers are great. You could see one even up there. You guys were talking about I Hate Fairyland on the top right. There's a crossover. White Sky was huge, man. And maybe some people passed on the cover A. Maybe some people passed on all of the other available covers, but they wanted absolutely that one that has Invincible on it. And look what ends up happening, man. Maybe they fall in love with White Sky, etc. So I think it's great. You know what I mean? When it comes to marketing, publicity, etc., it's a great concept, and I have absolutely no issue with that. Did that number include the Marvel team up? Good question. I didn't see it there. I did not see it there as part of the list. They highlighted, I think, 35 covers, and it was not there. So I don't think that one was in that. But yeah, as you could see, people saying that they bought tons of these. So I remember the Spawn covers a few years ago, but those didn't really move the aftermarket. Yes, I remember those as well.
Yep. Yeah, and like I said, it's a nice thing to where like if you kind of are into Invincible, then maybe you picked up one or two of them or something along those lines. But there's just we're eating really good with Image series right now,
Yeah.
and there's just so many Image series that I'm into, and then crossing those covers with Invincible, just it felt like just look at the Exquisite Corpses one. I mean, God Almighty, look at
So good.
the Assorted Crisis events with the
Yeah.
Infinite with the Crisis on Infinite Earths homage. I mean, it's just it crushes, dude, and it's shout out to Image. I mean, this is a great marketing idea for sure.
Yep. I couldn't agree more. But moving on from this, guys, I don't know if you saw this, but Aaron Pierre is apparently set to return as John Stewart in Superman Man of Tomorrow. That's huge news because, I mean, we just got the Lanterns trailer not too long ago. The show hasn't even dropped yet, and we know that John Stewart's going to be moving forward. Now we've got Guy Gardner in the last one. So I already can't wait to see this throw. I want to see them meet type thing. Like, what's gonna happen here? I'm excited, dude.
Oh my God, I was very active on the old Discord when that trailer dropped. I'm extremely excited about both Lanterns and the fact that we're getting that carryover into Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah,
I like that we're not wasting any time here. We're not wasting time in getting these characters crossed over and intermingled and kind of having fun there with that. Um, it's kind of a different formula than what we got with because it's always right, wrong, or indifferent. it's always going to be compared with the Snyderverse, and it's always going to be compared with um, the MCU, right? It's just always going to be that way. And with the MCU, we got several standalone movies, and it feels like no, we're going to jump right in. This has been going on for years. We're going to get those crossovers immediately. We may not get that team up movie for a while,
Yeah.
but we're going to get the crossovers. We're going to get characters, interacting with each other and intermingling, and we're going to have it's just like what Abbott said right here. They seem to be good at keeping the TV and the movies tied together, having that cohesive universe bouncing back and forth, and what looks like Lanterns is going to be a very, very, very high quality TV series. Now, whether it's gonna blow the roof off the place like the Penguin did or anything like that, we'll see. But I think it's interesting, and they're kind of taking a little bit of a different kind of direction here with just kind of throwing everybody together much quicker than we're probably typically used to with most movie universes.
Yeah. So here's a fun fact. Since Chad brought this up, he says that Soups is wearing Andre the Giant style trunks, man. Dude, my aunt and my mom worked at a sewing factory back in the day. And in the early years, dude, Andre the Giant was wrestling in Montreal. And lo and behold, my aunt ended up having to do his gear. So it was just wild.
That's so cool.
Yeah, when she shared that story with me, I was like, Jesus, like, so what size was he? You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, man. So yeah, this is great news, man. Coming out of the Lantern stuff, I'm excited to watch Lanterns. It's around the corner as well. We've got a lot of good stuff coming very soon, man. We've got the mall stuff. We've got Daredevil Born Again season 2 around the corner. We've got like Invincible. There's a lot of good stuff heading into spring, summer, etc. So I can't wait, man. Good times ahead. But moving on, check out this AI, guys. That's right, AI generated art can't be copyrighted after Supreme Court declines to review the rule. The country's highest judicial court won't reconsider a decision that determined AI created art is ineligible for copyright protection. Good. Great photo, by the way.
Thanks.
Yes.
It took a lot of work from a lot of people to put together, and yeah. It's a good thing this can't be copyrighted because it was, lifted without my permission. So, very good stuff here. Yeah, man. Look, I think this is probably the right move here. I mean, right? I mean, like the good. I don't know what else to say other than good. That's the way it should be, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know if there's like a hard stance to take here. I mean, I feel like it's pretty. I'm pretty clear on it. It's like good.
It's crazy because there's so much stuff happening with AI, guys, and you know what? Like, I hate bringing the real world into like these conversations during the show. This is my time to disconnect, but when I'm opening social media these days, man, it doesn't have the same feeling anymore, man. I'm going on Instagram, I'll go on anything, and I'm seeing nothing but these AI videos where we've got things happening in the real world that are rather serious, dude. Like, well, there's war happening as we speak, dude, and there's AI videos of like fake things that like people don't know whether it's to be believed or is this fake. So I think AI has gotten already out of control, man. And we're only at the beginning stages, man. It's only going to get probably even like crazier as time passes. But I am very happy to hear this when it comes to the copywriting stuff, etc. Dude, there are hardworking artists out there that are trying to put out some great content, actors. The list goes on forever, man. And here we are seeing like, dude, music. You and I we're both in the music scene. You can make a song. There's so many YouTubers. When I was looking to change song, I had people, telling me, we can do AI and stuff like that. And Dr. Yo-Yo himself actually did it over on Cover Price for a little stint, and we were doing that. But as a musician, like by no means did Dr. Yo-Yo offend me, man. I actually thought it was funny, it was great, whatever.
It was a lot
But
of fun. I remember.
yeah, exactly. But as a musician, man, it really fucking sucks, dude, because you're putting in so much work to be creative and come up with these songs, these licks, these, the lead has to be a certain way, the rhythm, everything about it from front to back can get done in seconds, dude, via AI. Now, to me, they don't come close to that raw sound. You know what I mean? That raw emotion that artists put out there. But whether it be music, whether it be comics, whether it be any type of art, I hate seeing where we've gone already when it comes to AI. And I'm happy to at least see this small victory, which could be big. I hope it stands. We'll
Yeah.
see throughout time. But yeah, man, I don't think anybody should be getting the opportunity to copyright and make money off of something that they put zero effort into other than prompting something.
100%. 100%. Like, in my opinion, AI is probably not going anywhere, but it should be used as a tool, right? As an assist, not as a complete original. It's like Dan said, based on intellectual property rights, AI is artificial and not original. So it is a small victory, but we'll see. We'll see how long it holds, if it holds. But yeah, right now, good news. Like I said, and again, what Ozzy's saying right here, it does have its pros and cons. The slop is horrible. AI is useful in a lot of ways, but yeah, this kind of, in this medium, in this kind of, where original creativity is so crucial in media and the arts and everything, it really does kind of water things down and make them just not great. I mean, I don't know a better word. It's just AI and art are not, they're not a thing that should be together, if that makes sense.
No, it totally makes sense, and I agree at 100%. And it's sad that like now we're looking at artists here within comics. Um, just on the comic side of things, you've got artists like Mark Brooks, like we were saying
Right.
during FOC, who have to come out to show, like, here, this was my creative process. If you guys have any, thought of it being AI, it's like a lot of people are now calling people out for AI, this and that. That it's wild, man. And there are certain artists who have gotten caught, and too bad for them. I don't even feel bad. Like, if you're doing that, that sucks. I get it if you want to use it for, like, you want to prompt some kind of idea or whatever, but then you're going to draw it yourself. Cool, I get it. But even at that, man, for me, I'm not a fan. So I'm happy to see this. This was kind of good news. So let's hope this continues to hold. What about auto tune, dude? Auto tune is garbage. It's complete
Okay.
trash.
Okay, time out. Auto tune, used the way it's supposed to be used, is a really useful tool for studio production. It's really useful because, Lando, if you can hold a note in the proper pitch every single time you sing, I will fall out of my chair right now. What it does is it just smooths out and corrects imperfections in your voice, so that when you're in studio, you're not doing, hey,
Yeah,
it'll
no,
just correct it for you. So it's great, but then you get, the real auto tune that we all talk about and hear about all the time, and that's not great. It's not great.
I hate it. They're like, T-Pain uses it fine, but other than that, I really.
Is T-Pain the only universally accepted artist that will
He
all
is.
take auto tune
He,
from?
he is. He is, because that was his gimmick, bro. Whether you want to admit it or not, that's what he was known for. But I cannot. Like, I get it, but it doesn't do it for me, man. Especially people using these things live, etc. Like, nah, man. Nah, it's a big no. But anyways, autotune I could go on forever about. No dork for you. I don't know if you guys saw this, man. I actually saw MJ Comics. Shout out to him, man. He actually put out a video about this. There was a buyer over on eBay that was looking to purchase 10 copies of Dork issue number 2 from a seller. Now, the guy had them for sale on his eBay site. All the buyer did was buy 10 copies. And what ends up happening? Well, the seller now tells him, well, screw you, I'm refunding you. You're not getting it. Reason being is because he thinks he's a flipper. And he says it. The seller says, we're not in business of helping speculators. If you had bought 1 copy, fair enough, not 10. These were listed by a junior team member, and with discount, they were at near cost price. We are a business, not a charity. Go away, you scam artist. So no dork for you, man. Dude. First, I want to hear what you think of this entire situation, man.
I mean, am I wrong to just say the price is the price if you don't put a limit on it? I mean, I kind of have a hard time, like I'm not crazy about flipping or anything like that, but like, I mean, I don't really feel bad if there's no limit set. You know, you can set limits on eBay. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm not trying to trash anybody. I'm really not. I'm just saying that, like, you could set limits on eBay and the price is the price. If you allow someone to order 10, then order 10. They can order 10. That's the way it goes.
So that's kind of what I'm getting at, man. You know, what was even more wild was that the buyer actually benefited from also a discount that the eBay was offering. I believe it was something like if you buy 5 books or more, you get an additional 10% off or something like that. Um, so this guy blaming a junior team member, dude. In my humble opinion, you listed the book, whatever the guy bought it at. Too bad. It's a sale. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
what does it change for you? Number one, I don't even know why you're concerned about what he's going to do with the books after the fact. If you listed it at this price, you were comfortable selling it at that price. That's the way I see it.
You're in
There's
the
nothing.
wrong business if you worried about that.
Exactly. If the guy is going to choose to buy 10 copies and go turn around and sell them at 3 4 times the price, it shouldn't be your business. If you've left this as a listing on your website, on your eBay, and you were ready to part with these books at those prices, I don't think you should have any say here. Canceling the order is kind of fucking shitty.
No, it's beyond shitty. And I mean, like, do you think that, you know, Comic Legion is or Comic Nation, either one of them are laying awake at night, you know, we sold that book for cover price. What are we gonna do? Like, nobody cares. Like, that's
No.
part of the business. That's what I said. You're in the wrong business if you're worried about people flipping something after they buy it. You listed it. If it was a mistake, then you need to take that up with your junior team member and have a conversation with them about adequate pricing. But you know, that doesn't seem like a problem sorry, I just got distracted. That doesn't seem like a problem that this buyer should be dealing with. You should take that up with your junior team member. So, yeah,
It
sorry.
It was wild. I saw this and I'm like, man, I can't believe that people are doing this, man. Maybe the guy is buying them to flip them, and there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what the guy wants to do, by all means, you do you. And I'm not a seller, so I wouldn't give a shit. But on this guy's point of view, I think it kind of is stupid to, like, cancel the order. I would have honored it. And I know for a fact that somebody like Comic Legion, as you mentioned, or Comic Nation would actually honor it, to take the L. If it feels like an L at any point, they would just take it and move on, man. The guy goes on after the buyer to leave a negative review in which the guy's coming to kind of defend himself afterwards. And I'm sorry, I think you earned it. You know what I mean? Sure, apparently the buyer was also a shop himself, so looking to benefit whatever. But again, if you left it and listed it at that price, I don't understand why it's a problem.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. That's the business. I mean, if you're not like, look, the only person you can blame here is yourself. If you left it up there at the wrong price, that's your problem. If your junior team member put it up there at the wrong price, that's your problem. It's not the buyer's problem. The buyer
No.
paid for something, they paid for a quantity, they should expect to get that order.
Exactly. So I found it was pretty trash. That's just my opinion. If I would have gotten that, oh dude, man, the guy would have gotten an earful, an absolute earful. Forget just negative reviews, bro. I would have like blasted him on all points, man.
God, stop the presses. I'm getting ready to say something here. Chia is making a great point. If it's a walk up store at a brick and mortar, I can absolutely get it. I get it. It's fine. Like if you want to say, hey, these are one per customer. Okay, that's cool. That's your store policy. These are listed, and you can limit stuff on eBay. Whatever. You didn't do it. I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
That's exactly my point. But it kind of brings up the hot topic for tonight, and
Oh
that
boy.
is brick and mortars versus online comic shops. You guys gave me a wonderful segue, but a conversation that should definitely be had because, as of late, we'll be on Cover Price on the top 10 show, and one thing that we keep seeing is new releases every single week. We're talking the top 10, and we're looking at new books that have either just come out or not even come out yet. These are all books that are about to drop next week or the week after that. Take Nectar #1 as an example. That made the top 10 list 2 weeks before its release. But we've had this conversation, and something that I've been hearing, some people say, including yourself, Travis. So I'm actually really happy to have this conversation with you. People are telling me that, sure, they might miss out on pre-orders, whatever. But there's ways that shops seem to be operating that are a bit strange. You've got the brick and mortars versus the online shops, and everybody does things differently. So you'll have an online shop that offers books at FOC, kind of like Comic Nation, Comic Legion, where you can go pre-order these books, and by doing so, obviously you're paying for it once you hit the checkout button, but you're securing these copies. These copies are 110% going to be given to you, whether they hit $40 at release, $100 at release, or they stay at cover price, whatever it is. These are your books. You paid for them prior to any of that happening. So online shops operate in that way when it comes to pre-ordering books. Brick and mortars, I'm seeing a lot of people still operating, I guess, what we can call the old school way, where you might call your shop or you email your shop, and you'll be like, hey, can you pre-order me these books? And so the shop receives the email, and they just up their order by the amount that you are requesting. Couple of things tend to happen that I'm seeing a little too often. As I've spoken to many people within this community throughout the years, I see people telling me that they'll either call their shops or email their shops, and they get the runaround come release. They get the, oh, sorry, I forgot to order it, or oh, we got shorted, or oh, I don't understand how any of this works, to be honest with you, because the whole shorted thing doesn't even jive or add up in my books, because technically it just sounds to me like you fucked up the order. Now, don't get me wrong, it can happen where there's an issue where maybe something goes wrong at the printer, but man, that is super rare, right? I'm hearing this over and over and over again as of late, with all the big pop offs with the recent releases where people are seeing, like I said, Nectar #1, we have White Sky, we have Dork, we have all these books. Oh, we got shorted, or oh, we didn't, get enough copies, or whatever it is. It sounds to me like a lot of people that are operating out of the brick and mortars are having a harder time with getting books pre-ordered via the online shops, man. Is that something that has been, happening with you yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's exactly what's been happening. So I'm not gonna comic shop bash here or anything like that, but it's definitely a thing that is happening. And it's definitely a thing that is frustrating, and I don't, my particular instance may be different from everybody else's, but you know, in my experience, I had a place that I was buying from, and you would actually, they used an online service for it, that you would actually just go in and pick your books, and you would have a list of books that you're subscribed to, and then I would get there and they wouldn't be there. And you'd get, like, let's say I'm supposed to get 10 books, I'd get 8 of them. And I'd have to go pick one off the shelf if there was one there. So it was very odd. I couldn't explain it, and then it started to get kind of progressively worse and worse, and to the point to where I now get 100% of my my new releases online, either through Legion or Nation, or somewhere else. So that's where I personally get my new releases now. I kind of use a kind of a hybrid thing where I get a subscription for a handful of them, and then I spot order for FOC for books that I don't necessarily want to subscribe to, like maybe that's a cover grab or something like that. Um, but it is entirely really frustrating, and I guess part of the difference here is a lot of shops, when you're getting these new releases, you're getting them, you're ordering them, but you're not going to pay for them until you walk in and grab them. And that's the old school way, right? That's the way it always has been. They got a box, you go in there, you grab it, and you'll just be like, hey, all right, here it is, whatever. But for me, it was just getting so consistently, to the point to where I was missing things, that I couldn't do it anymore. So I had to actually just kind of pivot, because the next closest shop to me is about 45 minutes away, and that ain't that just ain't working with my schedule. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can't do 45 minutes every week in the opposite direction of where I work and live. So yeah, it's tough. So for me, I definitely I get the complaints, just because I've experienced them, and I know that some of them are a little different. But that's been my biggest kind of issue there, no pun intended. There's also been just a consistent ordering problem at this shop too. So it may just be the shop itself, but
Yeah.
it's caused me to pivot and move online 100% for new releases. I don't get new releases from any other shop
Yeah. No.
physically.
Exactly. No. Maybe the title here for this conversation is a bit off here when I'm saying brick and mortars versus online comic shops. But what I'm trying to get at is maybe solidifying better on those pre-orders. Online comic shops seem to be easier to deal with. Now, yes, there are brick and mortars who also offer online pre-ordering, and that is wonderful. I think the safest bet when it comes to pre-ordering is by hitting that cart before the FOC cutoff, right? And most shops operate differently. You'll have a shop say, "Hey, I need all orders in by Saturday 5 p.m. And if you send anything after that, well, too bad. I won't be able to secure it for you." And then you'll get another shop where it's like Mondays at 10 p.m. Which they all operate differently, but that reoccurring thing that keeps happening, and like I said, that I keep seeing a lot of people say, is that they've been shorted, which again, it could happen for sure, but there's a lot of topics that you guys bring up as well here in the chat that I wanted to highlight, but I'll bring up your comments because this is part of the conversation. So an online comic shop I ordered from canceled my order, yet they are selling them now at higher price. This is something that I've seen also take place when it comes to online shops, or just brick and mortars. I've shared a story in the past many times where it's happened, where I walked into a shop downtown Montreal looking for an issue of Miles Morales, and when I asked the guy at the counter, he said, "Hey, I don't have any more, but hang on." He went into someone's pull box and pulled out the copy and said, "Look, I this is like one last copy that I can give you." And he's like, "But I can only give it to you at like $20. Is that okay with you?" I literally looked at him. I'm like, "That is the biggest load of shit I've ever heard in my life, dude. The fact that I just watched you pull that out of somebody's hold box is even worse." Um,
Right.
like I, I could have been the douche who maybe is not too familiar with how comics operate. Maybe there was a parent walking in for their kid, or some guy who didn't give a shit and was willing to pay the $20, whatever the case may be. You would have done that to a loyal client, and I think that is like, clearly they have a pull box with you, so to me they're a loyal client.
Sure.
It's absolutely shitty. So yes, online shops and brick and mortars, these are things that can happen as well, man. But I've seen that happen literally firsthand and time again, and it is something that bothers me so much. Another comment that came up was the biggest issue I think that happens is people call after FOC and the retailer thinks they'll be able to get it, but then realize they can't. There's a few things that happen in those instances as well. Yes, some people miss the cutoff. Maybe get familiar with your shop and when they consider the actual cutoff to be. Maybe like I said, it could be Saturday 5 p.m. Everybody submits their order differently and operates their shops differently. But if that be the case, I've also seen where, certain instances where people will hit up the shop after FOC or prior to new comic book day release. Maybe the book started to hit, maybe it started to take off. The shop will be like, hey, I can give you this copy, but it's going to be now $15, no longer $5, right? Some people that rubs them the wrong way, and some people are understanding of that. But I think after FOC, I want to say it's kind of fair game, but
Sure.
also a lot of these shops don't order enough copies. They're not they don't have the money to just order 20 more copies of Dork number 1. You know what I
Right.
mean? There's a risk when it comes to that.
Right. 100%. 100%. And again, my experience, like I do want to clarify, my experience was the books that I had were subscriptions. They were legitimately like every issue of Batman, every issue of Wonder Woman that you get, every issue of Something's Killing the Children, right? And I would go in to pick my books up on the day they release, and they weren't there, and I would have to go to the shelf, go to the rack, and pull them off the rack physically, because and hope that they had copies, and then add them to my stack because they weren't there. And sometimes, so that's what I'm saying. So like for me, it was like okay, I've got 5 books that are coming in this week. I got 3 of them. The other 2 are not on the shelf, and you're sold out. So and for me, like at that point, it was kind of like I don't know what else to do here. So that was my experience, and maybe that's not everybody else's experience. I am not. I don't think that my retailer was being, you know, deceitful or wrong in any certain way. I just think that there were just mistakes that were made, and the first couple of times, fine, whatever, right? Like me, I'm a pretty laid back guy. I'm not gonna even say anything half the time. I'm just gonna go get it. If I don't get it, I'll just get online and try to order it, or I'll call Lando. I know he's got a couple copies of it. So that's what I'll do. But this was a consistent thing that happened over numerous months where I realized, like, okay, this is getting to the point where like I cannot rely on this service from this place to consistently deliver the books that I want. And some of that is like, hey, I don't want to miss out on a valuable book if it's a popular run either. I mean, there's always that, right? It's always in the back of your mind, even if you don't resell. So that's kind of in my head too when I'm going through and trying to make that decision. But ultimately, there are some very good online stores, very consistent online stores that do not miss orders ever. And those are the ones that I choose to kind of put my new release money to. Now, I still go to my LCS and buy back issues all the time. All the time. But as far as new releases, I just had to find somewhere else to go, and that's tough. I mean, it's tough to do because I really like the LCS. I like the people. It's a good little place, but it's just hard for me to rely on new releases if I've got full on setup. I don't have to go in on FOC. Like
Yeah.
it is established that every issue of this series I get, right. So
No, for sure.
yeah.
I think Dan, this is a good comment, man, because Dan is saying that he tries to support his local comic shops, but they are so damn expensive that he finds better deals online. And that's one of the things is when you have to factor an actual brick and mortar versus an online shop, most online shops that are solely, and I mean only solely online shops that they do not have a brick and mortar, they have way less of an overhead, right? So they can afford to bring down their profit margins just a tad, right? Don't get me wrong, they still have storage to pay for, they still got people to help, that are probably working behind the scenes when it comes to pulling orders, etc. But I feel like there's way less. So obviously when it comes to walking into your local comic shop, you're gonna pay cover price. And I'm gonna tell you, as a Canadian dude, we pay that cover price that is on the book, and plus the exchange plus the taxes. So a $4.99 book comes out to almost $8.50 now. You know what I mean? Like that's where we're at Canadian. It sucks. But That is one thing for sure. Some more comments though that I want to highlight when it comes to this, because yes, I agree with JSS Brooklyn. Some stores are 100% honest, and it is a supply chain thing. It can happen at times, but the amount of, like, the frequency of how many times I'm hearing this does not add up, because I know every other shop got copies. Why is it that you constantly have to deal with this? To me, it sounds like you're not pre-ordering properly. If you have 15 copies that were pre-ordered by your clients and you're only ordering 15 copies, or maybe you're just not ordering it in time, or whatever it may be, something is off. You know what I mean? Like, are you not planning on having for your shelf? Maybe order 5 more copies, 10 more copies, whatever it may be. Like I said, I know it can get costly as you do this per title. There's a lot of big titles dropping every single week, but it just doesn't jive, man. It doesn't add up for how many times I'm seeing that happen to people. Issue is that shops are screwing people who ordered before FOC. After FOC, it's different. And yeah, that's kind of what I said. I think after the FOC mark, it's kind of free game. I want to shout out, not because they're part of this channel or part of this community, but Comic Legion, Comic Nation. They give people the opportunity to even come new comic book day, and they don't. They openly say it, man. This is available to Legionnaires, and those of you who shop with us, come to the show, and we'll be happy to give you guys a copy at cover price if you could claim. But, they have whatever X amount of copies already ordered, so if they can take care of you, they will. And it is a sad thing to see. I saw somebody in the chat saying they pre-ordered books, Nectar #1. I think it was Ronan, I'm not sure, but yeah, man, you had pre-ordered the book, and then the book comes out and it's a nightmare, man. Either it gets canceled or whatever, these books pop off and people get shafted, dude. And that is something else that I hate hearing happen. A lot of shops are not using the FOC system properly, and they forget to order their customers books with old pull list style, man. And yeah, man, the old style just it doesn't work anymore. And I think that's one thing that the shops need to adapt, man. You know what I mean? A lot of shops still operate in the old school way. As I was saying, email me your list, or send me your list, or call me and write it's fine. Whatever works for you guys. But then also doing the FOC system. Don't forget, guys, there's been a lot of changes throughout the years. Now people are ordering via Lunar, they're ordering via Penguin, Random House. There's other things. It's no more just Previews World, etc. But I do agree that that is one thing that is also problematic. John saying, I ordered before FOC, and 2 weeks before release, the shop kept the hot cover and sent me other covers. And that's happened to me as well, man, in the past, where the guy will say, oh no, sorry, I didn't get that cover, but I have this one for you. But ironically, yes, as you guys have said in the chat, you end up seeing the shop selling it like 2 weeks later, that cover you were looking for, and pulling some shady shit, man. They're trying to be sneaky and make a buck off of us. Technically, I mean, we ordered, we asked for it, and then ironically it's in you have it. Somebody brought up damages as well. That is something that unfortunately sucks, because you'll get damaged copies, and you have to also honor the client's purchase. But I think advising the client, say, hey, look, here's a picture, dude. These all showed up banged up as hell. This is what it is. We asked for replacements, and they're not replacing. Simple as that. But yeah, there you go. Saying the Nectar was horrible, man. 2 different shops canceled on them, and had them up for a higher price, which I think is full of shit. But biggest thing is, talk to the person who does FOC. I've had one person tell me Friday is too late, but the actual guy would tell me that it's fine. Definitely get familiar with your LCS, and that's one thing that I think is probably the most important, is getting familiar with your local comic shop. Number one, man, make sure that the shops you're shopping with are honest. It's as simple as that. If you suspect any type of shady stuff, you might want to look elsewhere.
If there's a book on the wall and you ask them how much it is, and they say hang on, and then they go to the back room to look it up,
yeah,
maybe do some shopping.
you're pretty much in trouble at that point. But I think we live in a world now within our hobby that we have so much accessibility now to these online shops, and that's what I was trying to say, is that, like, Yeah, I too would like to have my books in hand every Wednesday, but I'm okay to wait. You know what I mean? As long as I know my online shop is honest and is gonna honor my purchase, I don't mind waiting.
No, not at all. No problem at all. Like, but I think that's the biggest problem, right? I mean, it's like, can you trust it?
Yeah.
It's like, and if you can't, then you're gonna have to start shopping elsewhere. If you can, then good, great, you're in a good spot. But it's tough. It's a tough
Absolutely.
thing.
Absolutely. But sorry, one thing I will say is just to highlight the comment that I had up was the this one right here. Um, get familiar and mentioning that Friday is too late. Friday is not too late, man. Maybe it's too late for that person because they don't plan on working Saturday or Sunday or whatever it may be. But it's really not too late. There's an entire possible way of doing this in a much simpler system that will get these people to get their orders in for their clients the proper way. So yeah, that's that's what I think about that. Um, Chia Pet saying about the Discord community fostered by the show. Yes, it's been great, man, and we obviously appreciate everything that you guys do, man. I'm not here to blow smoke up your ass, but you guys do awesome stuff, and you take care of everybody, and that's what the hobby needs. We just need honest shops, whether it be online or brick and mortar. I don't think it's a versus debate. I just think that people need to be honest. It's as simple as that.
I just put a comment there that just, yeah, I think for me the best solution for me always is just to blend the two, right? Find a formula or ratio that works for you, whether you do 90% online and 10% LCS, or you do 50/50 or 40/60, whatever that blend is, for brick and mortar versus online, and do that. I think, unless you just got a rock solid LCS, and if you do, awesome, that's great. 100% go for it. Like, that's awesome. But for folks that maybe don't have that, um, it's one of those things.
Yeah. One thing that I found interesting was Chia Pet mentioning this here. How he has friends that are shop owners, and they hate cover price and key collector, and he's saying, "Why, man? You should be using those tools." I think that that's probably the reason why they do hate them is because they see so many people come into shops that have been notified, pinged, or they're watching the top 10 show, or they're checking key collector, they have the app, they get notified, trending 20, whatever it may be. And people are walking into shops and pretty much, I guess you could say, robbing the store, you know what I mean? Blindly, and scooping up these deals that, like, the shops are probably not even aware of until it's too late. And that's probably why they hate this, but they don't realize that these are wonderful tools for collectors, man, for the hobby, because it's getting people to get up, get in their car, and get to the shop. And that's what you want. You want people walking in. If you're too slow and not paying attention to the prices that these books are going for, dude, I hate shops where I have to fucking go through every back bin issue, and I'm going through them. I'm finding deals, and then only to get to the cash and be told, hold on, these are not the prices. Let me check eBay, bro. Go fuck yourself. You
Yeah,
understand?
it's
It's that
that's a
simple.
that's a well, you know what? You go ahead and check them prices, but I'm not going to be purchasing those books today. I
No,
I I that is totally out of bounds for me. Like, that's an instant nope. Like, not even gonna bother with it at that point. Like, if we're, and it's not because I'm trying to screw anybody over. It's just that, you know, part of having an inventory is maintaining that inventory. I get it. It's not feasible if you have, thousands upon thousands of books and you've got to go through them and everything. But if you're running a shop, part of running a shop is staying up on what is moving. And if things are moving in a certain way, hey, Chia pointed out that people hate Cover Price or Key Collector or any of those things. Cover Price, I can speak for Cover Price because I'm we're a part of it, and they drop articles about things that are moving every single week. They drop articles about trends. They drop articles about, 1 year reviews. Like they are keeping people, educated. And there's plenty of sites out there that do that, and that's part of staying on top of things. So if you're looking to make maximum profit on comic books, it probably helps to stay up to date and say, "Oh, this issue's popping off. Let me go make sure I've got those priced correctly in my inventory." Otherwise, if you don't, then you're the guy on eBay that canceled the order for 10 books.
Yeah, exactly. Stop ordering like it's 2012, Chia. Well said. But here's one thing as well that was said by Zabit. No way it's Friday too late. The FOC list isn't even final until Friday. And that is a fact, dude. Like, we see books that make their way even on Saturdays. We get a new second print or a third print, or like this new cover comes out, an FOC reveal or whatever it is. Like, these tend to come out after the fact, right? So after that Friday, how do you expect to hit up your shop and be like, hey, man? And they're saying, nah, the cutoff is on Friday. Bullshit, dude. I'm gonna be very transparent with you guys. I have done orders with Comic Legion, and I'm not trying to blow smoke up their ass, but man, I'm submitting my orders at like 9 p.m. Eastern time on a fucking Monday, and I have never been shorted a book. You know what I mean? Like, that order comes through. So that's what I'm saying, is that whether it's online shops or brick and mortars, I don't think that shops are ordering the way they should be, doing their FOCs as they could be doing the proper way. Um, you get the numbers, man, and you order up, man. Do what you got to do. Make sure that you take care of your clients. Just be honest. It sucks to hear stories like you guys are sharing with us right now in the chat, how you've been shorted, you've been given so many stories. They're pulling you left and right, saying, "Oh, they sent us the wrong covers," or "Oh, we got shorted," or "Oh, don't." Just stop it, man. Just stop it, because I've seen it so many times. And you were just talking in the chat. I saw somebody mention the Dork issue number 2 on eBay that we were talking about. Yes, the seller actually relisted them at higher prices. They canceled the guy's order to relist them, and I've seen, like I said, many times where people are pre-ordering books where they get shafted, and then end up seeing their shops selling their books for way higher, man. Some shops, look, full transparency, man. Some guys don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's as simple as that. Um, you'll have shops that have no idea, and then they've got maybe a couple of clients that pre-ordered Dork number 1. So in total, they probably got 10 copies. Let's just say 10 copies amongst their clients. They'll tell their clients as they get closer to release, oh shit, this book is now going for $25 a pop. We have 10 copies. That's $250. Yeah, guys, sorry. We don't have any copies. We got shorted. It is what it is, right? They're gonna go and sell that, dude, because the shop didn't order any copies. Or maybe they ordered 1, or maybe they ordered 3 to put on the shelves, and that's it. So they're gonna capitalize. These are things that happen. There are shady shops like that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been fortunate enough to not deal with that, at least to my knowledge, but I know it does happen. And for shops that operate like that, that's a shame. It truly is. There's just no other way around that. Um, and Neiman did point out something about, there is some work um, that goes into this, and part of this is, I can see it from both sides. There's a lot there's a lot that goes into running a business. I think we all realize that there's a lot of things that go on, but at the end of the day, part of running that business is being able to, especially this kind of business, is being able to understand the trends, being able to understand what's happening, what will happen, what could happen. You're never 100% right. I mean, Leftera says it all the time. All the time. He says, I miss all the time.
Yeah.
But that's the way it goes. That's the way this business works. But the fact is that you have to be able and be comfortable missing to ever hit. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause you're gonna miss way more than you hit most of the time,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you have to be able to put in the work. You have to be able to do the research, to dig in and find out what's going on, find out why a book should be hot or might be hot, and then order accordingly. And I get it. There are other things that come with physical stores that are tough, right? Like, a lot of physical stores have other means of revenue. They have cards, they have games. They have to worry about hosting events for these cards and games. There are things that
Yes.
go into that. There are financials. There's rent and all kinds of business expenses that go into owning a physical store. Sure, no doubt about it. That doesn't excuse the fact that you're in a business that requires you to research to make money and to understand trends instead of ultimately screwing over your consumer.
Amen. It's exactly that, man. Chia's saying that he knows firsthand the work it takes. Um, obviously, with his involvement over at Comic Legion, guys, Lefteros and Chib at Comic Nation are special breeds. Like these guys are constantly studying and doing research. This is literally what they do. So it's normal that they're going to be ahead of the game as opposed to majority. But this is literally all they do. And let me tell you that it's wild to see the lack of sleep that these guys have. But other shops who have been in the game for so many years, etc., there's got to be a better way of doing this. And that's why I said maybe the title is not pinpointing exactly what we're talking about. But what I mean by brick and mortars versus online shops, I feel more comfortable knowing when I shop online. Yes, I'm getting a better price because, like I said, for some reason, I guess maybe it's because of the overhead or whatever. But once I pay for it and it's pre FOC, there's no excuse, man. It should be very rare for me to hear, unless it's out there and published by like Bleeding Cool that there was a printer issue or whatever it is. I don't want to hear it, dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's paid for. If you're gonna hit me with a refund once, twice, okay, what's going on here? You know what I mean? Like, let's have this conversation. Because I'll just go somewhere else. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think there's any doubt about it. And um, you know, I, I'm glad you mentioned and Chia mentioned Left and Chip because those guys really do put in a ton of work and plus side they put up with all my garbage on a weekly basis. So that's
Yeah.
always a plus. That's a lot to deal with. But I'm with you. Anything pre FOC, it better be showing up. And I don't mean obviously things happen and if it's a every now and then thing or even a once thing, that's fine. But if it's a consistent thing, um if it's a consistent thing that's happening, then it's tough. It's a tough thing to deal with. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you can't be crying that you're losing clients if that's how we're going about dealing with our clients. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Neiman's point right here is exactly it. I mean, there's just stuff that make it difficult at times. Still, I love going there to buy back issues. I love going to my LCSs to buy back issues. Any of them, even the ones 45 minutes from here.
Same.
I love digging through the boxes and doing that. And if that's the way that I can support my LCSs, then I'll do that.
Same.
Absolutely. But as far as new releases and FOCs, you like if anybody watches the top 10, I suck at FOC. I
Yeah.
suck.
You
I'm the
do.
worst. And if I didn't have some really awesome people looking out for me, I would be really boned. All right. So shout out to
Yeah.
my guy Mike from New York looking out for me. You know what I mean? Like there's people out there that kind of that kind of help me from being up shit creek without a paddle. But if you guys watch the top 10, I'm really bad at this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's always best to pre-order those books, and if you are not getting that from your LCS, then support it in another way and get those pre-orders online, because it's just get it from a reputable place too. Oh my God, get it from somewhere that has a good reputation.
That's
And if anybody wants those, hit me up. I got plenty of them. I could send you a list.
But that's exactly what it's about, man. Is just finding an honest shop, man. Start maybe doing some homework, man. If you guys are experiencing such issues like we were just saying, man, there's a lot of great alternatives out there. And I don't talk Comic Legion, Comic Nation because they help and back this channel. No, main reason is because I've only told myself, and dude, I've had shops in the past approach me saying, "Hey, can we sponsor the show?" No, I know what you do. You know what I mean? Like I've had poor experiences, or I've seen it firsthand. Some of those things. I will never line myself up with anybody that I think might be doing some shady shit. Even at Cover Price, dude. Like we've been called out for pushing books and market manipulation, dude. We're reporting the data based on whatever's happening on the aftermarket. That's all we're doing. There's nothing else in between that. No one is telling you to go out and buy this. And instead, we're telling you the opposite. The top 10 tells you this is what it's selling for. Don't go buy it.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, like, here's what I'll always say: if I was manipulating the market, would I be crying every Monday like I do? Cause that's all it is. It's just an hour of me just bitching about how bad I am at buying comic books. That's
Yeah.
all it is. I mean, it's like 8 out of 10. I didn't get this. I'm
Yeah.
a piece of shit.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
and literally every show wraps up at the end, like when we're backstage, like we're done. Travis is like, man, I didn't do good. I got absolutely nothing. But one comment, because we're gonna close up the show very soon. This, man, Derek is spot on, man. I'm fine paying a bit more to support my LCS instead of online, but the reason I do online is all the shady shit we just mentioned. Pull boxes getting rated, missed orders, etc. It's about service, it's not about the price, and that's exactly it, dude. I will pay premium, man. If I'm gonna go and take my wife out and we're gonna eat some good food, man, I will pay the price if that food is good. But bro, if you're gonna feed me something that's gonna give me the shits for the night, I have no interest. I'm never coming back here again. Same thing when it comes to comics, dude. That service, man. If I owned a shop, I would want to train every single person that works in the shop, dude. What is it that you like? You know what I mean? Like you're into DC, you're into Star Trek, whatever. Great. When somebody comes in looking for that, dude, I want you to give them the most ultimate service. Shake their hand, go see them, man. Is there anything I could help you with? What are you into? You know what I mean? Get to know the client, talk to the person, man. Help them, guide them. Don't fucking just stand at the counter and look at them like you already hate them, even though you've never seen them before. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
those are things that I know most people experience. And that's why I liked hearing what Steve had to say about his experience going down to Florida for the first time. And sorry, going down to a shop in Florida for the first time. What was your experience? Stuff like that. These are things that do happen. Now, when it comes to the orders and when it comes to shopping, there's nothing, there's no example online shop or brick and mortar is better than the other and all of that jazz.
No.
No, the real message, man, is just finding that honest shop, dude, that is not going to, you know, screw you over, man. I think the full transparency is something that is very important. Be able to have access to your shop, get that customer service, have these conversations. That is something that I look for in every shop. Is, you know, if a book is gonna come in damaged, there's the explanation. Here's what happened. You know what I mean? Like, dude, everyone got shitty copies. Look at the blind bags, man. There was so many blind bags from Marvel where that were all messed up. Remember the Ultimate Endgame one? But everybody knew about that. You know what I mean? Nobody held the shops accountable. This was something that had happened.
Yep. 100%. I look. You can have. I'm not. I just this is my probably my best point here on this, or my final ultimate point on this is if you have a rock star brick and mortar, it very well could be better, as good or better than any online shop you can get. It very well could be. I know there are some within, 50, 60 miles of my house that are absolutely as good as an online shop. The problem is that they're 50 or 60 miles from my house. You know what I mean? So that changes my dynamic. For somebody that lives right next to that shop, they might never order a book online. They may
Yep.
walk in. I mean, because there's a shop close, like within 50 miles of my house that has a full-on industrial warehouse full of backstock. Like
Yep.
massive, and they may never have to order a single book online, period,
Yeah.
because that shop just knows how to do it. But that's not always the case. So again, my personal way to go about this is blend it. I do both, right? I try to support my LCS in different ways. I buy cards from my LCS because
Yeah,
I
dude.
like that's what I do. Right, exactly. That's I mean, I buy cards from my LCS. I go in there and buy things that I like that maybe aren't comic related or maybe are different, like back issues or something, and that's my way to support the LCS because I love my LCS. I like the people that work there. I think they do a good job. I just think that there were certain things that were missing for me that I needed to supplement online. So for me, I have to blend it, and that's fine with me because I there are a lot of very good online resources out there that are honest, that are
Yeah.
reputable, and that are consistent. And those are the three biggest things for me.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, same for me, man. I love that feeling of walking into a shop and just being able to like enjoy your time there. There's LCSs here where, you know, I'm talking Comic Legion, Comic Nation, but dude, there's other LCSs that are here in Montreal where, like, dude, I try to spread my money amongst the good ones. You know what I mean? Like, I probably have 2 copies already on pre-order of Dork number one, but okay, I'm just using Dork number one as an example. But okay, he has it there for New Comic Book Day here. I'll get another copy there, and I'll pick up a few other books, whatever, back issues, whatever. They'll have claim sales on Facebook, on Instagram, you name it. That's how I do it. You know what I mean? Like I'm spreading my money amongst some of the shops that I know are honest and good people. But here's one comment that I wanted to bring up, and I know exactly who this is. By the way, I don't know if she wants me sharing her social media, but definitely think you should check it out. So if you want, you
For
could
sure.
drop it.
Yep.
Dude, I used to spend $500 a month at a shop that wasn't even including back issue shopping. I know money don't matter, but I couldn't even get small talk. I wanted a community. I got resellers. That is one of the most important things, man. And I hope you guys feel like you kind of find that here within this channel and within, some of the people we've connected with, because community is so important, man. As you can see within the Discord that's been built, it's just conversations, man. No one is calling anybody out for sharing information. No one's shitting on anybody. It is all appreciated. We receive that info and we take what we do what we want with it. But I will tell you that I have had shops where I spent the same coin where I'm spending 500 a month easy at this one shop, only to be told that they would prefer to have that guy there that is spending $1,000 a month. They would rather have 10 versions of that guy than 20 versions of me. That was told to my face. And I shit you not, I immediately dumped that shop like it didn't even exist. I had books still coming on pre-order that I had pre-ordered with them. Didn't give a fuck, never even went to pick them up. You're gonna talk to me like that, dude? I can assure you, you will lose all my money, my respect, and everything else. So if that's how you want to do business, that's on you, bro. But when it comes to shops and honesty, that is for me the most important stuff, man. And I think, like I said, whether it be brick and mortars versus online shops, either or, as long as you guys can lock yourself down with a shop that, as this comment said about, you feel like it's a community, you feel appreciated. Customer service is super important, man. And I think that is something that within the hobby seems to lack as we go through multiple conversations with, everybody here in the chat, whether it be even on Cover Price, because we go live Mondays, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And I hear it often, man. I hear it often. Even there, man, when we're talking about the top 10 books, people are saying, yeah, well, I had a copy on pre-order, but my cop shorted me or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I see the comments. You know what I mean? I'm like, Jesus Christ, how many times is this happening?
It's a lot and it's too much, truthfully. But just it's like I said, if anybody wants to reach out to me, I've got a list of online retailers that I frequent, and I don't frequent the same ones all the time. I bounce around some, but there are some consistent ones. I'm happy to share that. That's not a problem. I don't, I'm not I'm not out here to give people pub or anything like that. And people could have different experiences, but for sure, Seven Magic just made a really good point. They said that to you, they'd rather have one of him than 20 Orlando's. I'd rather have one of anybody than 20 of you, bud. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, that's a lot. That's a lot. One of you is a lot. But thanks for having me.
It was good times, man. Good times as always, bro. And lucky me, I get to see you in less than 24 hours again. Because tomorrow night we go live 9 p.m. Eastern time. Cover Price, come and check out the top 10 show. Before we go, I just want to remind everybody that yes, this is the wrong thumbnail. I apologize. Lefteros and Chia are going to kill me, but Comic Legion does go live every Monday 7 p.m. Eastern time, and I just wanted to make sure that you guys know that if you want to pick up any of the new books dropping this week, and let me tell you, it's another big week ahead of us, so make sure to swing by. You can pick up those books as they drop them on the table. Make your claims as they go. It's hosted by Lefteros. You got Chia Pet screaming nonsense in the background at all times, but it's okay. He just turned 50, so we understand. He's probably losing it. But not only that, we've got HANNA auctions. Yeah, man. Guys, HANNA auctions every single week, man. The auctions are fire. Collections dropping like crazy, whether it be sports and trading cards, toys, collectibles, all of that jazz. Even beyond that, man, I'm seeing vehicles being sold on that place. They got everything that you can think of. Go check it out. It's Auctions.ca. There was an auction that ended right before I went live where I swear to God, I almost threw all my money at. And, dude, the prices got too wild, so I had to let those go. But it is what it is. It is what it is.
Good financial decisions. Who
Yeah.
knew?
Yeah.
Who knew a comic collector could make good financial decisions?
I have renovations. Construction is all starting here tomorrow morning, bro. 7 a.m. Eastern. My entire entrance is being gutted. We're breaking down closets. We're breaking down walls, tearing up floors, putting new tiles. I spent my weekend spending money on all this shit. And it doesn't end there, bro. We're doing windows in every fucking area of this house. Then after, we're doing the washroom.
So
Done.
So are we going to crank the Chris Jericho theme then when they come in? And
Oh yeah, break the walls down. Come on. totally gonna do that, man. I've been just blasted at all points. But yeah, man, dude, I'm not even looking forward to all that stuff. But hopefully sometime very soon. I was planning on doing it during the spring break, but my kids took up my time. But in the month of April, I might be taking a couple of days off from work, and I might redo this room, dude. I want to turn this into something else, man. It's fun, guys. Don't get me wrong. I like doing this. But I do these type of meetings every day at work where, you know, you join on Microsoft Teams, and here we are. Kind of feels too much like that. I really want to build a studio where we can like do things on another level. But content will be dropping as well. Let's get through the month of March, and I'm like I said, on socials, we're gonna have some real content as well. I don't mean real as in like it's actually here, it's real, you can see it and touch it. No, what I mean is
real.
Reels. Yeah,
real.
Exactly. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It felt great to be back. Don't worry, I won't be leaving anytime soon. I will put it out there though, in the month of May. It's going to happen again where there's going to be 2 Sundays I disappear. And that's because I'm going to Iceland the week of May 2nd.
The week of Bill Murray is when you're going to Iceland.
I know, man. It is what it is, dude. It's I honestly would have come down. I highly
believe it. I believe it.
highly would have considered, but yeah, no. May 3rd, I'm gone, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to put together a show for May 10. So yeah, I'll be in Iceland. Hopefully they got some. I'm gonna start checking for comic shops, dude, in Iceland. I hope they have
Icelandic comic shops. That would be bitchin'.
Yeah, man. But anyways, we'll see. But guys, tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern time, Cover Price Top 10. Myself, we got this beautiful man, Travis, who's going to be there, as well as Izzy. So make sure to tune in. And yeah, man, have yourselves a great rest of your night, man. If you're catching the replay, comment below. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the like button. Adios.
Bye.
I'm all gas, no brakes. Yara me.